that I'm appealing to the people of Tamale is there are a lot of illegal structures on the waterways, the pipelines, and I'm going to assure them that anytime Ghana Water Company report an area to me, I'm going to make sure that we clear the whole place and allow the water to flow. Currently, tomorrow I'm going to work at the Katwaje Road, Sahadaba. Somebody is doing a construction on the water pipeline, which supply TTH, and we can't sit down and allow such thing to happen. So I've asked my physical planner to make sure that tomorrow we go and fix that place before I get there.
That was a representative for the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly. Now, away from that, the Ghana Meteorological Assembly is predicting the April to May season will come along with above normal rainfall. Deputy Director General for Operations at GMET, Dr. Ignatius Kweku Williams, told 3FM some areas of the country will have below normal rainfall. For some parts of the capital, Accra, and other low-lying areas, the onset of the rainy season present a cause for worry. With the slightest rain, some of the part of Accra gets flooded, with properties running into millions of cedis destroyed. But the municipal chief executive for Clote Kwale, Alfred Alotigezi, insists that measures are underway to prevent flooding this year.
Truly, there have been some particular shifts in the particular climate that we're observing today. And these are all part of the interannual variability that we keep seeing as we move along. But what we're seeing now is that we are having higher temperatures within certain areas. We are having higher temperatures even at night, and moving towards seasons where we typically don't expect certain amounts of rainfall. We are now experiencing some of that particular phenomenon across the country. Looking at this particular year and looking at the seasonal forecast that has been done, this is for the major rainy season. We're expecting that most of southern Ghana is expected to receive normal to above normal rainfall when it comes to the March, April, May.
That was the municipal chief executive for Clote Kwale, Alfred Alotigezi, insisting that measures are underway to prevent flooding this year. Now to some health stories, as the Kolebu Doctors Association has raised serious concerns over worsening conditions at the Accident and Emergency Center of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, warning that overcrowding is putting both patients and health workers at risk. The association said the recent administrative directive have led to a surge in patient admission that far exceeds the facility's fiscal and human resource capacity. While reaffirming their commitment to the no-bed policy, where no patient is turned away, the doctors indicated that the resultant congestion has forced care to be delivered under safe and unsupervised conditions. Let's take a listen to the president of the Kolebu Doctors Association, Dr. Asare Ofe.
This has been a decades-long problem of no-bed syndrome, and we need to have a pragmatic solution to this. It goes beyond space, and so our worry is that a better understanding of the issues and proper solutions will be very vital, instead of the blame being put on healthcare professionals. If you bring 200 beds, yes, you can put 200 extra patients on it, but the number of nurses and doctors available to take care of them at the emergency room cannot be doubled immediately. So it means that people will be on beds but still be in a queue. The most important aspect of the solution immediately in the short term is the provision of a network or a center to coordinate referrals.
And you heard the president of the Kolebu Doctors Association, Dr. Asare Ofe, raising some serious concerns over the worsening condition at the Accident and Emergency Center of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Now, still on health, the National Health Insurance Authority has warned healthcare providers to desist from imposing illegal charges on patients during hospital visits. Eastern Regional Director Frank Adu warned that any provider found flouting the law will face strict sanctions. He spoke on the sideline of the authority's regional review held at Kbum.
Our biggest challenge with the providers is co-payment, illegal charges. So when somebody has an active card and the person visits the hospital, small tokens or top-ups, they call them top-ups, are taken from them. For the simple reason they will tell you that our tariffs have not been reviewed. Thank God this year the tariffs have been reviewed and very soon they are going to be introduced. I only want to appeal to our providers that when an active member comes to your facility to seek health care, your job is to give quality of care.
That was the Eastern Regional Director for the National Health Insurance Authority, Frank Adu, there. Now, away from that, celebrated Ghanaian visual artist Ibrahim Mahama has debunked claims that they were attacked by a mob on Saturday morning while traveling through Tamale. He insists that he and his team were attacked by members of the Black Maria team. The founder of the Savannah Center for Contemporary Art and CEO of Red Clay was addressing the press in Tamale on Monday.
Uncle tried to follow up at the station and they wouldn't let him come there to take a statement. They were even threatening him. And I remember when we were at the station, one of them even uttered a statement that if we joke, they will even kill us and nothing will happen. So the fact that some of us, we are doing, like we are making ourselves educated people, like that we're crashing. If you don't take care, we will just use our booga and damage you and then go away and nothing will happen to you. By the time you call someone who is in power, we also know people that are in power, and this case will make the foolish case.
That was Ghanaian visual artist and CEO for Red Clay, Ibrahim Mahama. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General William Ejapon, has warned and urged senior officers and soldiers at the Ghana Armed Forces to remain proactive, professional, disciplined, and forward-looking in responding to emerging and complex security threat. Speaking at this year's Ghana Armed Forces General Headquarters retreat, the CDS emphasized that the ability to anticipate, adapt, and respond effectively to security challenges is crucial not only for operational success, but also for maintaining the military's relevance as a key pillar of national stability.
Hybrid warfare, violent extremism, cyber vulnerabilities, disinformation, organized transnational crime, and mounting social-political pressures continue to test the resilience of states and the adaptability of their armed forces. It is against this backdrop that the Ghana Armed Forces must remain proactive, professional, disciplined, and also forward-looking to these emerging and complex threats. Our ability to anticipate, adapt, and also respond effectively to these evolving threats will determine not only our operational success, but also our continued relevance as a key pillar of national stability.
That was the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General William Ejapon. And finally, legal practitioner Austin Braco Powers is urging the Supreme Court to declare the Kotoka International Airport cannot be only renamed through amendment or repeal of law which named the airport. Governments this year announced initially plans to lay a law in Parliament to reverse the airport's original name to Accra International Airport. The Transport Ministry has, however, later issued a statement indicating the name of the airport is now Accra International Airport. Now, Mr. Braco Powers believes the move is contrary to law. And that's a developing story we will be following. I'll bring you updates on that in our subsequent bulletin. But that brings us to the end of the first half of this morning's bulletin. For more news, please check our website at 3news.com. I am Engunap Haliga Business News Instructor.
3FM 92.7. Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
Now time for business news here on Sunrise 3FM 92.7. Coming up this morning, government's treasury bill oversubscription streaks snap with first undersubscription of 2026 by 25% as yields climb marginally. Also, Ghana Securities and Exchange Commission targets $10 billion crypto market, Ghana with a new virtual asset law.
We realize that if we do not move fast, we'll be caught off guard because the huge $10 billion of our market is happening elsewhere we don't have visibility on.
Much later, the Association of Ghana Industries seeks government's dialogue to cushion economy from a Middle East conflict.
We want to sit with government to see what measures they are putting in place and in what area can we as industry really manage with them to support to ensure that the gains are maintained.
Bring you details of our headlines and other stories. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Now, we're on to a first story where, after a robust year to start, government of Ghana's streak of treasury bill oversubscription came to a halt on Thursday, March 19, 2026. The auction saw an undersubscription of 1.27 billion cedis, a 25% gap relative to the target. Following 11 consecutive weeks of exceeding its borrowing target, the latest auction saw a noticeable dip in investor appetite, marking the first undersubscription of the year. There's more in the following 3 Business report.
Government entered the auction looking to raise 5.005 billion cedis across its short-term debt instruments. However, total bids from investors reached only 3.731 billion cedis, leaving a significant gap in government's financing goal. The shift from oversubscription to undersubscription is a key indicator of changing market sentiment. Subscription rate was 74.55%. While the undersubscription rate of the auction was 25.45% of the total offers received, government opted to raise 3.266 billion cedis, approximately 87.5% of the total bids. Interest rates across all 3 tenors showed upward movement as the markets adjusted to higher liquidity conditions. The 91-day bill received bids amounting to 2.232 billion cedis, with government accepting 1.767 billion cedis at a yield of 4.78%. For the 182-day bill, offers totaled 667 million cedis, while government accepted 667 million cedis at an interest rate of 6.36%. The 364-day bill received bids amounting to 831 million cedis, with government accepting 831 million cedis at a yield of 9.58%. This result signaled a potential shift in the domestic debt market as government may need to offer more attractive rates or adjust its expenditure targets in the coming weeks to match the current investor sentiment.
That was a 3 Business News Desk report on the government of Ghana's Treasury Bill, 11th oversubscription streak snapping with first undersubscription of 2026. Now to some other stories, as Ghana has officially moved to tap into the lucrative but previously unregulated world of digital finance. Following a year where cryptocurrency transactions reached a staggering height, the Securities and Exchange Commission enacted the Virtual Asset Law in December 2025 to provide a formal framework for an industry that was already thriving in the shadows. Speaking on Business Focus, the Deputy Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mercer Thompson, revealed that the decision to regulate the space was driven by undeniable market data. In 2025 alone, Ghana recorded over $10 billion in cryptocurrency transactions, all occurring while the sector remained outside the reach of national oversight.
Before we even decided to enact a virtual asset law, we had done some work in the system, and we've seen that Ghana was really exposed to cryptocurrency. In fact, to the point that as at 2025, Ghana has recorded over $10 billion in crypto transactions, unregulated. $10 billion. Most of them are around payment systems and remittances. And so, for example, for trade, $10 billion. That's huge. That's something no regulator in the world can ignore. We realize that if we do not move fast, we'll be caught off guard, because then huge $10 billion of our market is happening elsewhere we don't have visibility on. And that affects financial stability, that have its own exchange rate consequences, that has its own implications in terms of capital flight. And so then we had to really take a critical look at this. So we did, and we realized that the best option was for Ghana to have virtual asset under regulation.
That was the Deputy Director General for the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mensa Thompson. Now, the Association of Ghana Industries is calling for urgent government dialogue to shield the local economy from the fallout of the escalating US-Israel-Iran conflict. While Ghana has seen a significant stabilization of macroeconomic figures, President of AGI, Dr. Kofi Nsia-Poku, fears the surge in global oil prices could reverse these hard-won gains.
Currently, the US dollar is trading around 11 cedis, while inflation has cooled to 3.3%. Additionally, interest rates have dropped to approximately 14.55%, with industry experts optimistic that they could fall as low as 10% in the near future. Despite these gains, the AGI warns that the new war has already begun to impact global oil prices, now hovering around $110 per barrel.
Which is going to make transport costs expensive. Oil use or fuel use in production will be expensive, and this will impact on the production cost of the products we are making. We are already on a reducing pricing trajectory. And we thought that by December, if we stay within this macroeconomic environment, the prices could substantially be reduced.
The AGI warns that without a strategic plan and buffer, the cost of doing business will skyrocket, stifling productivity and halting the expansion of local businesses and increase prices just as they were beginning to recover.
That was a report on AGI seeking the government's dialogue to cushion the economy from the Middle East conflict. It's now time to look at how the city is faring against major trading currencies and how some key commodities are also faring on the global markets.
On the interbank foreign exchange market, the dollar is selling at 10 cedis, 92 pesos. It recorded no change. The British pound is selling at 14 cedis, 55 pesos. It also recorded no change. The euro is selling at 12 cedis, 58 pesos, recording no change. However, be guided that these figures could be higher at a forex bureau near you. On the global commodities markets, Brent crude is trading at $113.46 per barrel. Gold is trading at $4,257.49 per ounce, down by $234.93. Cocoa is trading at $3,283 per ton, down by $28.
That was an update from the Forex and Commodities markets. That will be all for business news here on 3FM 92.7. For more news, please check our website at 3news.com. I am Enyunam Halika. Sunrise continues.
The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM.
Glad that you could stay with us here on the 3FM Sunrise, and a big thank you as well to Anyanam Haligan for doing the 6 a.m. news as well as the business news for us. We're continuing for you here on the 3FM Sunrise. DJ Phil in studio as well. We'll be getting into our song of inspiration as well for the morning pretty shortly. But let's start off with the weather update. Kind courtesy the Ghana Meteorological Agency, who yesterday joined the rest of the world to mark World Meteorological Day. And today they say it will be mostly cloudy amidst early morning mist expected over the southern half of the country this morning. However, a moderate rainstorm observed along the coast of Benin is expected to move westwards and cast cloudiness with the likelihood of thunderstorms or rain over the coast and part of the middle sector from the late morning into the afternoon hours. Mostly sunny conditions will dominate the remaining sectors amidst very high temperatures over the northern sector. There will be localized thunderstorms or rain over the middle transition and part of the northern sector from the late afternoon into the evening hours. They add a note of caution that moderate to strong winds may accompany the storm. Therefore, the public is advised to take care and keep safe. The state of the sea is expected to be rough, and so our fisher folks as well should take that into consideration. And so a bit more in terms of rain expected in different parts of the country, particularly the coast, because they say there's a storm that's drifting from Benin westward, and that will mean it could affect those of us along the coast here in the capital and beyond. Let's get into our song of inspiration, after which we're back and we begin to unsaddle all of the matters here for you on the 3FM Sunrise. over the course of the last few hours since we last were here.
I will dance, I will shout for joy. Mommy get on me, mala. Make me tree me, bala. I will sing, I will shout for joy. Yeah, mommy get on me, mala. Make me tree me, bala. I will sing, I will dance, I will shout for joy. Mommy get on me, mala. Make me tree I will sing, say.
And of the many things we're going to be sinking our teeth into this morning, whenever you say sink your teeth into, you know who that catchphrase belongs to. Yeah, Helen Appiah. But the papers are here as well this morning, and that's one of the many things we will seek to do, get into them, and also take you to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, because we know over the weekend there were videos circulating of some patients on the floor. A health minister had cause to raise a number of concerns, and there's been responses from some of the health workers there, one of whom spoke to us yesterday as to what the challenges is. Look, it's not just about beds, but it's also a matter of personnel to man them as well. But let me start off with the papers first off, and then we'll begin to get into the issues. As well, we know that one of our guests here has dragged the government to the Supreme Court, asking that the entire renaming of the Kotoka International Airport to the Accra International Airport be put on ice. He's praying for an injunction, and amongst other things, an interpretation as to if the government can decide to rename without new legislation. Is one of the things we'll look at as well this morning. But the Daily Graphic leads with big push prioritizes local contractors, 490,000 jobs targeted under infrastructure drive. That's according to the roads minister. Kester Bram Crunchy is writing this one for us. First Farmer Services Center starts. Strategic national investment in agriculture begins. President Mahama declares at sword cutting ceremony. Forest must drive economic transformation. That's according to the lands minister. And ENP donates 5 million to Black Stars fundraiser, mobilizes $11.5 million and 13.97 million cedis. On the back page, a story about ENP donating to the Black Stars is there. I'll take you to the new finder. Oil prices surge above $113 as Middle East crisis disrupt global supply. Economic reset driving institutional strengthening across Ghana, that's according to Deloitte. GMET urges vigilance on weather risk, and BOG rate cut signals confidence but carries risk, as according to an analyst. The Ghanaian Times is the last newspaper I have. They say ENP to invest $1.2 billion in Damang Takwa mines, dispatches heavy-duty equipment to site. Second edition of Tree for Life Reforestation Initiative launched. Big push project target local contractors and protect rivers now or face water crisis. FRWB. It'll fit to President Mahama urges national unity. I want to get what FRWB means. What group is this? That is the Friends of Rivers and Water Bodies. The back page, World Bank pledges $3 billion investment to boost growth. 70% road project under big push to be ready end of 2027. It's according to the minister. He was addressing participants at a forum, at a public forum at the University of Energy and Natural Resources in the Bunu region. That's where he's been speaking, and that's where the papers have the stories from, Sixtus.
So I take you straight to the BNFT, Business and Financial Times on the front page. SIGA calls for urgent reset of SOEs. TOR ranks second in national 100 plus PFM compliance table. Producer inflation slows to 1.4% in February 2026. BOG unveils comprehensive microfinance sector reforms, increases capital requirement to 100 million Ghana cedis. Did you hear that? BOG unveils comprehensive microfinance sector reforms, increases capital requirement to 100 million Ghana cedis.
How long do they have until they
I
are
hope
to
we
meet?
are not about to see another cleanup.
Yeah, because I remember the banks saw their minimum capital increased.
So that story is on page 3 of the BNFT. It says that the Bank of Ghana has unveiled comprehensive reforms for the microfinance sector, imposing new minimum capital requirements and stringent governance standards. According to the policy lead at BOG's Financial Institutions Policy Department, Dr. Seth Kwame Anani, the reform is aimed at restoring customer trust and curbing fraud. He made the remarks on the sidelines of the ABSA UPSA Law School Quarterly Banking Roundtable 8 in Accra. He revealed that microfinance institutions will be converted to microfinance banks in January 2027. To this end, he explained that the minimum capital requirement for community banks has been revised to 50 million Ghana cedis, and existing financial institutions hoping to transition into microfinance banks are also expected to raise 50 million Ghana cedis. Now, new entrants into the sector must meet a minimum capital requirement of 100 million Ghana cedis. New entrants. Dr. Anani indicated that all microfinance institutions are expected to meet the revised capital thresholds by December 31, stating this reform will also impact ownership of the institutions. This means institutions must now decide whether to recapitalize, merge, or exit the sector altogether as the December deadline approaches. So 3 options. You either recapitalize, you merge. Recapitalize means what? You are not up to that. You get more money to add.
Or you merge.
Or you don't have more money to add. You find another bank that is also struggling to meet. Then the two of you come together and pull your resources together to meet the minimum requirement. Or you see that none of these two is working for you, just go home and sleep.
But didn't we have an instance where their minimum capital was increased at the time? I think it was increased to, was it 50 million?
Yes, so it is 50 million now.
Yes, and yeah, it was increased.
This was at the same time that the
it was increased to 50 million.
Commercial banks had their
and so the explanation is to what? One, curb fraud and do some other things.
Curb fraud and restore customer trust. So restoring customer trust and curbing fraud. So the minimum capital requirement for community banks has been revised to 50 million cedis. Community banks. So Ullo Community Bank,
yeah,
50 million.
Those rural banks and all that.
And then they are converting some to where's that part again? I cannot find it. Okay. So microfinance institutions will be converted to microfinance banks. Microfinance institutions will be converted to microfinance banks. This will happen in January 2027. And then the new entrants, 100 million Ghana cedis. Community banks, 50 million Ghana cedis. Community banks are supposed to meet this before, in both instances. So before 31st December. So that is it. And there's a direct quote, we are focusing on strong governance. You want the risk governance structure to have the culture of risk management from the top. When that culture is maintained across the board, then you are building resilience against fraud. It makes a lot of sense to the finance people. Beyond the rules, we are actually investing in an infrastructure that will support it. So those are just some direct quotes I'm picking. The Bank of Ghana is focusing more on regulations, which is nice, but the infrastructure around it, nobody is talking about it. What's the point if you have a system that just says take it to court? Because a lot of people think the case is going to be in court for 20 years. And this is from former CEO Delex Finance, Ken Kwamena Thompson. So he provided a critique at the same event. So some development we'll be watching out for.
Did they give timelines as to when this is supposed to come through?
31 December, everything. You must meet your capital requirement by December. We are in March. March is ending.
Today is March 24.
So you have some 7 months, 8 mons.
We're in the third month, and so roughly you have 9 months
to meet
the
everything.
100 million.
So by December you should have met everything.
So 100 million is like $10 million if the prevailing exchange rate is anything to go by, between 9 million to
the same
$10 million.
So this, let's watch it, is going to start brewing some noise and some
the sector players
will
begin to speak. But I think I don't know when the next MPC or the next engagement. Perhaps there'll be the need for the central bank governor to provide a bit more in terms of details. Yes, the reasoning, some of it is there, but we've moved from 50 million and we're going to 100 million.
100 million.
What will explain it away in terms of the extra details, right? Because we know that one of the many things which resulted in the cleanup was a lack of trust, which they've mentioned, and some other matters. And we saw a number of those local institutions, the loans and what have you, go under, and people's monies, they found it difficult to retrieve the monies because a number of them saw their licenses revoked as well. And so they'll have to help us see the trajectory, the vision with which they are deciding on this pathway, and whether or not this doesn't further bury a few of the institutions local, which are already within the space. We want to look at what their financial looks like and why we're going in that direction. But we'll get a bit more in terms of
I'm sure
the players within the sector as well.
There will be focused discussions on this. This was at a round table. So I'm sure that we will zoom in on what the real issues are, what the real concerns are. And hopefully this will not result in the chaos that we saw with the commercial banks some years back, and will also not result in job losses. Hopefully, let us hope that it doesn't get there. So I'm sure the engagements, if they haven't started already, I'm sure the top management, what do they call it? Captains of industry. I love that title, Captains of Industry. I'm sure this is already within their circles, and this has been discussed or is being discussed. So let's hope that it won't be chaotic at all. But still on the front page of the BNFT says why inflation may not spiral like in the last crisis. That is on page 5. I think this is something from it's an opinion or so. Comes with a picture of the central bank chief. Safe Water Network holds 2026 Beyond the Pipe Forum. And on the back page of the paper, you have built careers anchored on purpose and values. Telecel CEO is urging women. But I also, before I drop this paper, want to congratulate Edmond Combat, the TOR boss. TOR has ranked second in the national 100 plus PMF compliance table. That's a public financial management compliance. So it shows that before you spend money from the institution, the rules that you have to, rules, procedures, regulations, all the standards that you have to meet. TOR was ranked second on the table. Let me see if I will get the full table. I think the story.
Yesterday we went through the table. A number of institutions, very highly compliant. The EPA was top of that list.
So EPA is one.
Yes, EPA is
followed
one.
by TOR.
You have the table now.
No. I'm still running through the story to see. Just coming through to see. Anyway, so point I really want to make is congratulations to Edmond Combat, MD of TOR. The young people so far are showing that we can do it. We know how to do it. What we are now waiting for is the opportunity. In the last administration, I kept mentioning my good friend David Asante, who was at Ghana Publishing. Yes, that young man really took Ghana Publishing to some level. And we are seeing a lot of young people in this administration doing a lot more things like this. The PMF table is one that we can also use to congratulate the MD of TOR. Let me take you straight to the Spectator newspaper. And straight away, misuse of firearms at funeral. Teenager loses pregnancy. Another loses eye. I thought we banned this. I thought there was a ban on the use of firearms at funerals and festivals. If you recall the Teshi incident, I think following that incident there was a
talk
clear
about
ban.
I don't recall it being a clear ban, but there were concerns as to the use of firearms, and those have existed not just at funerals, but even at festivals, the musketry and all of that. Well, let's get, perhaps we'll get a bit more in terms of the details.
The cry of a baby that never came. I love that. This story is by Kingsley E. Hope, writing from Kumasi. He says the cry of a baby that never came will haunt Hiawu Bisiase in the Echuma Wabieja South district of Ashanti for years. At the funeral meant to honor the mother of Nana Abuaji Asari III, chief of Besiase, a gunfire rang out and a bullet tore into the abdomen of 19-year-old Sewa Alice, heavily pregnant. First, he's a teenager. Second, heavily pregnant.
Means she was near labor.
And doctors at Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital could not save the unborn baby. Beside her, 13-year-old Majua collapsed, struck in the eye. She remains in critical condition at the Nkawie Government Hospital. This was on March 13. And Kingsley has written the story so well. You know, he's painted that picture. You read it and you are seeing it. You are reading the story and you are seeing the movie. Small Arms and Light Weapons Commission.
Yeah.
I attention has to come back to this.
We did Adam Bona.
Yes.
We did amnesty for gun owners to return.
Yes.
They said
it's
was
still in force.
It was compliant.
And I recall that Teshi incident. Following that incident, the clear directive was, don't use live bullets. Use gunpowder or something.
Yeah.
Don't use live bullets. 19-year-old baby is gone. The story has not said whether the mother is safe.
And does the story also tell us what's happened to the person who was behind the firing as well?
Okay, so let me continue. Quote, we were mourning already and suddenly we are mourning even more, said Abigail, Sewa's sister, trembling as she recalled the moment. The bodyguard was firing gun and it hit my sister in her abdomen. And the other lady, it was devastating. She said, the tragedy has reignited outrage across Bisiase. Residents are demanding answers, questioning why firearms were discharged so close to mourners. This is not tradition. This is recklessness. I like this one. Mm-hmm. This is not tradition. This is recklessness. And this an elder lamenting. The committee chairman of the area, Mr. Emmanuel Asante, confirmed that the victims were rushed to the hospital. Sewa Alice was admitted to the emergency unit of Konfanoche Teaching Hospital, but doctors could not save her baby. Majwa is receiving treatment at the Nkawia Hospital. Her condition still uncertain as of the time of filing the story. Okay.
All we heard about the perpetrator is a bodyguard.
The bodyguard. So that's all we know. So bodyguard to the chief, I suppose, because the story doesn't indicate that. So this is an explanation. In Akan communities, gun salutes at funerals are meant to honor the departed. But in recent years, misuse of firearms has turned symbolic gestures into deadly risks. The incident has reignited debate. Should gunfire at funerals be regulated or banned outright? I think there's a directive to this. We would have to and I think we can even contact the Dr. Bonner's institution.
We've tried already this morning. There's no response as yet. No response just as yet, but most certainly.
Because this is the Spectator newspaper, March 19 to March 27 edition. The story is on page 3 of the paper. For the relevant authorities to take action, because this bodyguard is most likely going to go scot-free.
If he hasn't gone scot-free.
If he hasn't already gone scot-free. He's a bodyguard. Where it happened, nobody will make noise about it. So they will say, let us settle it in the house. And that will be the end of it. Meanwhile, a life has been lost. Another is in critical condition. And an eye has been lost. An eye of a 13-year-old. So for the rest of her life, Majwa, she's blind.
If this goes
in one eye.
If this goes to criminal prosecution, you're the lawyer. What happens to the person who fired the shot?
What does the law say? That is what that's the question I've been asking since. Because following that Teshi Nungwa incident,
the person was prosecuted.
No, that was even a different one. There was another matter that the person was prosecuted and fined, which fine also raised outrage. This was one of those. Was it a celebrity or somebody close to?
I don't remember.
Quite recently, like a month or two ago. That was after the Teshi incident.
That was after the Teshi incident.
Yes, that was after the Teshi incident. So, somebody is there.
I think there was a Nigerian, Ashake was in Ghana and they were firing gunshots.
That's right.
And then they arrested the guy. He was fined and he was made an ambassador for arms.
Yes. This Newtown guy.
The name's just escaped as well. But he was the one. It didn't result in that. He was firing the shots in.
I remember this.
Into the air.
In celebration. I don't know
and that was not a funeral.
No, it was. Ashake was in Ghana, right? And he's a Nigerian.
It was
in December.
Not January.
No, it was in December, and then he was made an ambassador for.
I'll try and remember his name. I know him.
You know him, guy. Buff guy.
It's a Newtown man.
One of the old town folks.
But this one, a life has been lost.
Yeah,
it was not intended. So manslaughter. Bodyguard is going to prison.
Cyborg. That's the name.
Cyborg. That's the guy's name.
Cyborg.
So yes, the law is there for us to.
Yeah, someone as well also sent the message. Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg.
Yes.
Cyborg.
So Teshinungwa, Newtown. No, it didn't happen in Newtown. So Cyborg.
Yeah.
And then,
Cyborg is a Newtown boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this one. I mean, so that's like, say, October, December, March, or November, December, March. I mean, we cannot keep talking. So let me just run through the rest of it. Still on the front page, I need to take this. The chief imam, he says, let's continue to live in peace, harmony. National chief imam comes with his picture. I always pray that God gives me this man's grace.
You can have an entire conversation about it, eh?
The grace on his life is another level.
Yeah. It's been wonderful. His public appearance is consistent. Yeah. When you go to him, he's always speaking.
He prayed for me. I was lucky that he prayed for me on his 100th birthday.
On his 100th?
Yeah, I was the only journalist in Ghana who interviewed him. So as for that, I've sealed it already.
Yeah.
And the rest you can go and chase yours. And the video is there.
Oh, child.
Evidence choke.
Yeah, scorecard.
No, I need to go for him to pray for me. Yes. The grace on his head, it's different. Anyway, on the back page, my favorite person is on.
Otoado.
Avoid another. What word is this one? Bochum
disaster. Bochum disaster. Or Bochum. No, this is not Bochum. This is Bochum.
Sounds German.
Yeah.
Let me see.
No, it's Bochum.
You studied German?
Bochum. It's Bochum.
Yeah, Bochum.
Yeah.
Bochum.
What does it mean?
It's a football club.
So he went to lead them and they lost, and
I think we may have played a game there, and our result was horrible.
Ratings 4.
And so you say
Dreams FCM to dent media. No, if I read this story, you will say because Johnnie, you read the story, the Otoado story. So I think it is okay, you read it.
Andrew Nati has written this story on the back page.
You are running away from your
No. If I read, you say I'm adding something
of the Spectator,
just because of who it is about. So you read it.
And it says, this is a story by Andrew Nati. It says Germany holds an impressive and dominant head-to-head record over Ghana in association football. Both countries have clashed on 3 occasions at the highest level of football, twice at the FIFA World Cup and once an international friendly. At the World Cup, the Germans defeated the Black Stars 1-0 at the African World Cup South Africa 2010 and drew 2-2 at the same platform 4 years later in Brazil. Yeah. The outcome of the April 14, 1993 international friendly was one Ghanaians would not want to be reminded about, with some of the finest performers on the continent of Africa donning the Ghana jersey. The Germans walloped and the Black Stars 6-1 to record what was christened the infamous Bochum disaster.
Yeah, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Bochum it's a German football club.
Now, this is the point. So despite leading at halftime with a Prince Poli goal assisted by Abedi Pele, Ghana conceded 6 second half goals in 27 minutes.
That's disastrous. That's why we call it the Bochum disaster. Because now, 6 goals in 27 minutes.
Now, this is a country that prides itself as 4-time World Cup champions or world champions. That's 1954, 1974, 1990, and 2014. From a total of 8 finals, 3 gold medals in UEFA European Championship, 1972, 1980, 1996, 1 Olympic title, 1976, and the FIFA Confederations Cup 2017. But how did we start off nicely And then
that game is a marvel. We were leading 1-0 and then we conceded 6 in 27 minutes.
Wasn't it the same thing? That team that drew with us at our own backyard, the sports stadium. This one was Otoado's game.
Sudan?
Not Sudan. The one we all said couldn't beat us.
Comoros.
Even though
we beat them eventually.
The draw line was not.
We beat them eventually.
When?
Did we not?
When?
We beat Comoros in the build-up.
When? We have not beaten Comoros. It was a draw. Then they beat us.
Chairman.
We have not beaten Comoros. Don't do that.
Let me check. Let me check.
You check.
Let me check head to head.
Check.
Man, no, don't do that.
You check.
This one is not. I'm not against.
So what exactly are you checking, Mawuena? What are you checking? Mawuena, what are you checking?
I'm checking.
I remember that one.
That they beat us or that they
it was one of those. They will say, "Oh, but this one Comoros. Yeah. We're here doing Comoros. Yeah." Then they came and showed us.
Otoado did this thing. Yeah.
Because I know Comoros. If we sleep and we wake up.
You see, that was the same
thing.
Those were the same words we were using.
Comoros, yeah.
Did you find it?
No,
you find what you were looking for?
What's that? Let me wrap with Ghana's favorite newspaper. Continue looking. IEA, Chamber of Commerce and Industry back E&P Damang Mine acquisition. Let's protect Muslim-Christian harmony.
Yeah. The last game, we beat them 1-0.
When was this?
October 12, 2025.
Where?
In Accra.
October
12,
Comoros.
2025. Yes, they beat us before this game, but I recall we were in the studio and I was, there was a lengthy permutation head to head. If we do this and we don't do that, then we'll make it to the world. And I said, we can go to bed and we'll beat them by 5-6, but we
even
won.
That one you struggled.
1-0, we struggled, but we beat them nonetheless.
Yes,
we beat them nonetheless.
2 sets of twins die in Galamsey pit. The headlines I'm reading this morning, I don't like it. That's on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Deepen stakeholder engagement. Baumia directs minority. What's up with Alaji? Since his election, what's up?
He's been away for a while. I'm sure he'll return with a bang.
Yeah, with rich ideas. Come back with rich ideas.
But every now and then he should flow something, even though he's.
There's a task for uniting the party.
The lectures will happen later, not now. Yeah,
he will come. That is a certainty.
It's a time for rich ideas.
When was the election?
January 31.
January 31.
Right. Yeah.
March is almost ending. For 2 months is
February, March.
Oh no! Now they're doing internal patching up and all those things.
So
trying to build people who do the rich ideas, thing. Because then
2028 Johnnie Hughes used to be fine boy.
This was when the chief imam turned 100, and I was the only journalist in the Republic of Ghana that hosted him.
Was on point.
Back in when I used to wear suits, all these suits I've given them out. I've given all of them out.
The
striped suit with the shirt.
I've given all of them out. Yeah, that was the chief imam and I.
His right hand man.
Always
also close by.
Yeah, so he was explaining.
He
was interpreting the thing to me. The chief imam doesn't speak English. He would not, even if he could.
It's always the Arabic.
Yes, even if he could, he won't. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, chief imam at 100.
No, I need.
That's how many years ago?
I need the chief imam.
That's
to pray for me.
Maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 years. This was when I was on TV3. When I was on TV. So
this is 7 years ago, right? 2019.
2019-ish, yes. Yeah.
So he's 107.
We just came to work and said the man is 100, and we made a few calls here and then. Charlie, let's
come around and
do
Charlie. The interview. Come around.
One camera job, one microphone, 2 guests. And Charlie, here we go. Look, we fire away. Yeah. And when he prayed for me, he didn't utter a word. He didn't say anything to anybody's hearing.
Oh, so it was
silent prayer. Yeah. So you don't go and twat the prayer.
But at the end, so did he place his hands over you?
Yes, his hands were both hands on my head.
Sixtus wants.
He wants the template. He wants the template, so when he goes, he knows what to ask for.
If it's one hand, you say, "Oh no, this is not what you did."
This is not what you did. Give me both.
Yeah. You're done.
Anyway, so a big push targets local contractors and let's protect Muslim Christian harmony. President Mahama. That is it for the Daily Guide newspaper, Ghana's favorite newspaper.
Charlie, I've been worried about this, Kenke, Bankun, Cocoa, Wache, all those hot stuff that we put in polybags. I've been very disturbed about it. I was, about 2-3 days ago, I was having a conversation with a pathologist friend of mine who was talking about the fact that, and because we were talking about Kolibu and all of that, I was talking about the fact that the quantum of carcinogens that we ingest into our bodies just by that action is alarming. I don't know who started. I grew up in a Kenke house, and I never saw my grandmother at any point, or any of my aunties, or even my mother at some point, because it's a family business kind of thing, put Kenke in poly bag. To say that's how we want to either boil it or that's how we want to package it for sale. But the Kenke always looked fresh, and it looked like it was good to go. You could just buy it and start eating it because you feel the texture and all of that. These days, if the Kenke is boiled and is not put in poly bags, the texture goes away. Have you noticed that back in the day, when you bought Fanti Kenke, you won't find them wrapped in poly bags in the leaves? There's a reason the Fanti Kenke is supposed to have those plantain leaves around them, because we're supposed to get the nutrients from the plantain leaves infused into the Kenke.
Nature God.
But then the Fanti Kenke is in plastic bag, and it still has the coloration that it would have had if the leaves, it had been cooked with just the leaves. So are we coloring the dough? I hear people are now adding cassava dough to corn dough to make Kenke. So you buy so you buy Kenke along the road these days, and the Kenke is like what's that in Zima food? Acheke. I don't know where we're going, and it looks like everybody is doing rubber. I remember as a boy, you are sent to go and buy.
The leaves are finished.
To go and buy something. I don't have plenty leaves out there.
Plenty leaves there.
They send you to go and buy something out there. You're giving a basket, you're giving a container, a bowl, whatever it is, with a napkin over it. These days, people leave gated homes and they go to, a place to go and buy food, and they go empty-handed, and they are giving polybags. So let's say I want to have breakfast, maybe wachi, and then top it up, or maybe have cocoa, and then wait for about maybe 20-30 minutes, top it up with some wachi, and then maybe some fruits to go along with. The fruit seller will give me those cellophones, right? The wachi seller will give me the wachi in plastic, and then wrap it and put it in another plastic bag, right? And then the cocoa seller will also wrap it in.
When they put in rubber and then put in the takeaway pack.
Yes. And then they would wrap the cocoa too and put it in another rubber bag. And then if I add kose, they will put the kose too in another rubber bag. So I've just bought two meals, right? And I can count about 7 pieces of poly bags. And you ask yourself, where do all these poly bags go? Aside the carcinogens that we are ingesting into our bodies, we're talking about kidneys, we're talking about liver, we're talking about cancers, we're talking all manner of things. It is worrying. And I think we have to start a very serious public service or public, health campaign on this one. This is not good. This morning, there are parents who are taking their children to school, some as young as 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and the mother is going to buy some jollof at a certain joint for them, and they put the food in plastic bag. So by the time the child eats the food, the carcinogens would have been ingested into it, and the child is just going to eat straight. Then people buy some of these things, it's in a plastic bag. First thing they get to may want to do is to put it in the microwave with the poly bag
and microwave it.
That's
no, but people
dangerous.
do it, Mawuena. I've seen somebody who did it before, and I said, do you know what you are doing to yourself?
That's dangerous.
I said, do you know what you are doing to yourself? I said, oh, Charlie, I don't have everything if you're done, nothing will happen. He just wrote me off like that. It's not good. Not good.
Absolutely. And it's from there, I even want to zero in on plastics because we've had the president mention or hint that we are going to do away with plastics.
About those less than 20 microbes or something. Yeah.
So since then, we haven't had anything in relation to the ban on plastics because outside of this health concern, there is other legs in terms of the health concern, it being a huge chunk of drains and choking gutters resulting in flooding, and the choke gutters as well breeding mosquitoes, allowing for the spread of other diseases amongst other things. There's been a conversation as to what we want to do with plastics and the fact that we want to ban it. We haven't had anything again.
I think that
I
think that we most of the time think about the business aspect of things rather than the public health, conversations. I remember so well when I was at TV Africa, there's a gentleman who used to come from Kolebu. I've forgotten his name. He has an account name, but was very strong advocates, against these things and many others. I'm sure that at this point we'll be talking about who owns which company and who's producing what and why. If we suddenly decide to shut down or decide to ban plastics, the person will lose out. We'll talk about the number of jobs that could possibly be lost. But we're not looking at the totality of what is there. Pretty much like this alcoholic-infused energy drink conversation. You go to town, people acknowledge that it is not good, but they tell you that, so what happens to the companies that were producing it, those who have imported it to this country and the rest? Sometimes I think that we put money over and above the lives of people and how to...
Unfortunately, that's what's happening in the world over now.
It's not cool.
It's not just here in Ghana.
Rwanda woke up one day and decided that we have had enough of this. So when you get to Kigali airport, you can have 10,000 pieces of plastic or poly bags with your stuff in there. They will gladly take everything away from you and give you paper bags and ask you to pay something decently. Or they will take it away from you. They will swap it for you and you pay. Then somebody would ask the question, so if I go and buy fufu or fufui and soup, would they put my soup in paper? If you're going to buy fufu, take your bowl and go and buy fufu or eat where they sell the fufu. Because where the fufu is sold, they have bowls, they have a sanka, they have a UI.
I think American. If it's about excuses, then excuses can be.
No, people have already started making excuses. So and these days I commend a few of the vendors, some of those who serve at weddings and parties and
who come with the paper.
They come with paper bags and the paper bowls, and it's so I see it and I get so happy about it. And that's the level we need to get to. The president needs to take a bold step to say, I promise this, I am getting to it. Because it should be a big concern to the Minister for Health. It should be a big concern to the Minister for National Security. It should be a big concern for a Minister of Interior. It should be a big concern to all of them. People are dying.
We can't sacrifice everything on the altar.
You go to the hospitals and this person tells you, I have not smoked before. I've not drunk alcohol before. I've not done anything else before. I've only tried to live my life the way I know it. We have not finished talking about galamsey and talking about lead and mercury and cyanide and we ingesting them into. We are not finished talking about all those things. So we haven't. Now, what we are doing is compounding the problem with these plastics and carcinogens. And if you talk to officials of the FDA behind the scenes, they will tell you, look, we are killing ourselves with our own money, our pocket money. It doesn't make sense. This morning, as I speak now, somebody has his gobe. Somebody has his gobe in plastic bag, hot one. By the time they get to work and they open up the gobe to eat, But then back in the day, you go to the gobe joint.
There's a leaf. There's a specific leaf.
When you open the gobe, the aroma that comes from it, it's so beautiful. Are we wiser than our forefathers? What we are doing clearly shows that we are not wiser.
You know,
we are not wiser.
I recall we had a debate when we were in GIG back in the day. There was one lecturer who said eating in the leaf was village life.
Can you imagine?
And that's if you find you eating in a leaf, it means you're
a villager.
Yeah, you're crashing. Will you keep leaves in your kitchen cabinets that you be eating?
The people who went
it just reminded me of that. I recall the class fought with him greatly.
Yeah,
that day.
And it was good you did. Look, the people who go and borrow money from the Chinese, the Japanese, they still eat in leaves.
Yeah, they are big on those.
They still eat in leaves. Our friends and family in the villages, they still eat in leaves. I remember so well when we used to go to Konkunuru, my grandmother's village, and then we'll go to the farm. We'll harvest the plantain in the farm, and then they'll harvest some kontomire. There's fresh palm oil. The river is flowing. It's so nice. We'll fetch some of the river water, and that was our drinking water. They will do a boom right in the bush, and then we will eat. They'll cut plantain leaves, wash it nicely, pour the food onto it, and everybody's eating. So that's like a giant bowl or a giant plate, and everybody was eating from it. And nobody complained about these things that we complain about. Today you find 14-year-olds, 29-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and they have... Look, we can talk about shisha and all those excesses that they do. But I'm saying these things that we do is hurting us. It's hurting us. Mr. Nyaku, good morning to you. Mr. Nyaku is one of our ardent listeners, by the way.
But do you realize that if you go to buy wache and go with your own bowl, the woman will cheat you?
Yeah, but save your life. So there's a friend of mine who says that if you go and you buy, say, you're going to buy maybe wache 15 cedis, and then you buy my Kumasi friends who say nyama, gari, egg, and blah 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 and things, and you buy just 15 cedis straight, you'll be cheated. So you buy 7 cedis, another 8 cedis. So that when you go home, I'll say, "Oh, Kofi, I know I can't boom." Yeah, no, I can't boom. You understand? But we need to be serious about this.
Absolutely. It's something we've been consistent about.
No, as for us here, when we are buying our wache, we are more interested in the leaves. If you don't have a leaf to fetch the thing inside for us, we may not even buy from you. And I mean, from here, we are trying to preach. We are doing what we are preaching. But can we also encourage our sellers that sometimes some of you, the leaves you use, they look too dirty. Don't say because people want leaves or like to eat from the leaves, then you just pick anything. It is looking anyhow. Then you use that napkin that you are using to wipe your hands, the one that you are using to hold the money, the same one you used to do the leaves like this, and then you serve on it.
You see,
so we need to encourage on that level as well. We need to encourage our wache sellers. I mean, let the thing look attractive, presentable, small, so that when I'm buying on it, I am more encouraged.
Somebody said African gems are not harmful, but I disagree. You know the typical wache seller would have, come from home dressed up, and then will have a cover cloth of a sort, on, and that's what is used to wipe the leaves.
The leaves.
So they take the leaves, and then they wipe it, and then they dish your wache into it. Now some say that because the wache is hot, whatever gems that might have been picked off the cloth
is killed.
But that is not the case. That's one. And you raise a very important point. I think that we have to get to the point where those who are vending the foods, and here I'm talking about wache, I'm talking about kinky, I'm talking about rice, I'm talking about gobe, I'm talking about all those things. Sometimes they try and I don't know how to describe it. They try and scoop some with the ladle, and then at some point they actually use their fingers to also small to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. To try to adjust it.
To position
when you are stirring it in the thing, the leaf, or sometimes they'll stir it in some bowl.
Yeah, and then they pour it
for you. And so you see that they will use the finger
to just because you will complain that the residue, the best part, has been left in the thing, so they have to do it for you. I think that we have to get to the point where, if you're a watch seller, for example, you get somebody to be the one collecting the money and giving off the change to people, and maybe packaging for the people, not you doing
it's a question
everything.
Of trust.
Because you see, that same money that you are holding in your hand now, there's a possibility that it's gone to the charcoal seller. There's a possibility that somebody has taken it to the public toilet or the public urinary. There's a possibility that it's gone to some ghetto. There's a put the money in the brazier. There's a possibility that it's going into some boxer shorts. Plenty places. So when you hold that same money and you use that same hand that has tagged the money to dish my wachi, Madam Ogbana, Madam Wahame, Wahame. So I think it's a public education conversation that must be had.
Yeah.
And our public health officials, we have public health nurses, we have FDA people, we have against some infectious disease, and they are supposed to show that to the local authority or the health officials when they come around to say that, I've been vaccinated against this communicable disease, I don't have TB and all of that, so I am good to go, I can sell. If I cough, people are sure that they will not be affected. But it goes beyond that. All those small things that we're talking about. And you see, again, the myth that, the wachi that sells by the gutter is the best wachi that you can ever find in the world. It tastes better. They say, the ones in the kiosk and the rest, they are digital wachi. Those ones, Charlie, it doesn't taste as nice as the ones that are sold by the gutter. I think we need to move away from that one as well. Charlie, if the wachi they be, it they be. If you know they be, you know they be. Matter close.
This one there's
but some people too cook.
There's a public debate.
But some people too cook rice and beans, and they call it wachi.
And they call it wachi.
So you see that the rice is lying in the thing one, and the beans is no. That's not wachi. Wachi has to, like, the beans has to meet the
wachi has to be moist.
They have to, they have to be conversing with each other. They have to be together. Like they are doing some merging. Some intermarriage. Philip used the right word, intermarrying. The beans is marrying the rice, and it's moton like that. Yeah.
So the other point you raised is how to get our public health officials to go beyond asking food vendors to come and take one vaccination or the other, for which they would be given certificates to display at their shops, to ensuring that the surroundings actually are clean, and that the person of the vendor, even whilst vending or in the vending process, remains clean and observes a certain bare minimum standards of hygiene. And this thing we just spoke about is one of them, where the person is using the leaf on
the cover
cloth, or is sometimes even talking and shaking hands and wiping sweat off the face, and I mean all of those.
In fact, that same cloth that is used to wipe the leaves, sometimes they just pull it
up and then wipe the face.
And have you gone to a wachi joint, or not just wachi joint? I mean, to be fair to wachi sellers, or some of these roadside food vendors,
I'm always on the wachi because that's what I eat.
They feel the urge to go and pee. They rush. They go and find the gutter, quickly pee. They come back, and the water that they're supposed to wash their hands with soap and running water, they just come and then they just dip their hand in the water like that, and then they are back to business.
I had an encounter with a fruit seller at Mimpasem. If I give you the direction, you see the place clear. So I will not do that. But it is around the Meteo office area. This lady, I got there, this lady was sweeping, frantically sweeping the place and everything.
Trying to get the place
in order. This was in the evening. And normally I would buy mango, pineapple, As for the orange, I like buying in traffic until I saw something, then I stopped that one. So normally I'll do a pineapple, mango, banana. And the mango, I'll let you peel it for me. The pineapple, I may take it home. But the mango, because sometimes I want to be eating whilst driving, then I make you peel it for me there. This lady is frantically sweeping and pushing chairs and gathering the rubbish and everything. In my head, good job, well done, let me buy from you. I stopped there. So she sees that I have stopped to buy. She takes another minute or two to gather the rubbish. I didn't have a problem with that because, I mean, you can't leave it anyhow. So she gathers the rubbish, she pours it into some bin, and then the two things, the broom and then the bin, the one,
the waste collector, the rubbish collector.
So she knocks them together like the like then it put that one to.
She's trying to reset them.
I know ball. So far, so very good, President Kufuor. So she comes to the table and just remove the wrapper like her cover cloth, like she pulls it open like this and do this with her hands, then ties it well again. Then.
No hand washing.
Oh no. So I'm like, you wash your hands before you that's water. You just wash your hands, then we start. Then she was there. She didn't respond. Like, oh, mommy, Pacho, wash your hands. And my treat is not correct. So I think that also was annoying.
She got incensed, eh?
So
Bruni Ben or about
oh, you what? Then immediately she's like, if I don't wash, won't you buy Anna? I don't know whether it was a joke. I don't know whether she was trying to play it off. But I'm like, yeah, if you don't wash your hands, I'm not buying. And she's like, oh, brah, me pen tem. I'm like, yo.
But I'm also buying.
So relax.
You need to
wash your hands before you serve me. He said, if I won't buy, then if I won't buy, then I should go. She's busy.
Yeah.
The shocking part was that there was an elderly woman seated there, and as I suspected, that was the mother. So I was expecting this woman to come to my aid, you know, at least shout at the daughter, wash your hands, or something. I mean, or even get up herself to come and serve me. Then she rather joined her daughter.
And they castigated you.
So that was the point I left them. And I never went again, even though I still use the same road.
You don't buy from them.
Anything. So I'm like, you see, there are simple, basic things. And the part of the statement she made was, it is just sweeping, I swept. It is not anything.
Yeah.
You know, we don't feel like
so
the gems.
So it doesn't matter who attached the broom.
It is not. It is sweeping. It is not. It is just sweeping. It is not anything. So I'm like, so that was the old woman who said that, who made that statement. Say yeah, prakeke. I'm like,
prakeke no prayer.
Charlie, I was in traffic one time. And a gentleman in a trotro was trying to buy pure water. So you could clearly tell that this man was very thirsty. He wanted the water like yesterday. So called out to the pure water seller. So this sachet water lady was running and almost close to the guy by the window. And then she scratched her armpit. You know, like she was holding the pan with one hand and then she just scratched her armpit like that. So when you got there, you just picked the thing with the thing. The guy says, you know, we take it for granted. But people, I mean, sorry if you're having breakfast, people pick their noses, people do all manner of things, and they're still there in the business they are selling. And you know, one thing I've come to find very strange. You go to events or even eateries, you find people wearing gloves. These days, they don't wear the white gloves anymore, cream gloves. They wear black or maybe colored blue, so you don't see that the thing is dirty.
But because if it's white or cream, you can tell that this has been overused. And those gloves are supposed to be single use. As soon as you finish, you take them off it. But they wear it from start to finish. Now the interesting thing is that you are wearing gloves, giving me the impression that you are not touching the food with your hand.
But
right?
the gloves is now dirty.
But the gloves is now dirty. And the gloves is the same one that is holding the fan.
Which is even more dangerous.
The fan to papa the fire, as Boabi someone was saying. It's the same thing as holding the ladle. It's the same thing as picking the cash. So you are literally doing the same thing, but you are protecting yourself from getting any kind of infection or bacteria, and you are transferring it all to me, giving me the impression that because you are wearing gloves, you are okay. And so I should, and people think that, as soon as you see somebody wearing gloves, then you are fine. There are very little things that we do that is hurting all of us. Some say, if the person is not being hygienic and the person, you buy bottled water, at least you can open the bottled water and just focus on drinking from the tip, and not be bothered about whatever happened around the bottle. But you forget that the bottle was kept in the fridge. The bottle will be sweating by now. And that when you incline it to drink from it, some of the drops will come and fall down. You've forgotten. Will come and fall on your lips, and the possibility of you swallowing it is that you've forgotten. You have. Right. And then the other part about coffee brokeman sellers, and those who roast corn, and all those Kobe and yam and things by the roadside. I have never come to understand why they leave it out in the open. I have never come to understand. I mean, you can understand that back in the day when Kofi Brookman discovered it. Yes, when Kofi Brookman discovered it,
changed the nature in which we do.
But when Kofi Brookman discovered it in the village, I've gone to my farm. I've seen my plantain is ripening. I cut some. I brought it home. I've done some small fire. I've put it on it. It is in my home. It's not for commercial purposes. And even in my home, I don't see all the dust and the ghastly wind and everything coming up. But now it is in the city.
You be
chewing the sun, and then the vehicle exhumes and all those deposits on it. It looks very attractive, but I tell you, we are feeding ourselves poison gradually. And then you find also, Mawuena, those who produce the bottled water and the bottled drinks in the PETs, they tell us that it has to be stored in a cool, dry place, kept away from sunlight. Is that what we see on the streets? In a cool, dry place, kept away from sunlight. Is that what we see? Even those, the so-called sachet water, pure water, you will see them on the road, under the hot sun, with some of the boys, the packers, sitting on your water. Whether the nature is talking to them or they are talking to nature and it's going on to your water or whatever it is, you don't know. They are stepping on it, they are walking on it, and they are sweaty bodies and everything. They get to you, you buy 2-3 bags, and it's in your place, and you think you are chilling. You are not drinking Ghana water, so you are okay. Chairman, slow down. We already there inside.
You see, it's important that we're talking about these things because on our own, yes, institutions are supposed to be protecting us and going the extra mile and ensuring that these safety guidelines are checked. But on our own, this conversation is important. Then you begin to look out for some of the things, minimal, right? So some people will ask themselves, I don't do this, I don't do that. Yeah. But you realize you've gotten some typhoid or something. There are little niggly things that if we pay attention to, we can protect ourselves.
I mean, if for example, your food vendor has gone to a public toilet and had decided not to wash their hands well, and comes back, like I was explaining earlier, to scoop your food with that same hand, the possibility of you getting typhoid is like that. It's up there in the roof. You already have made yourself susceptible to whatever infection there is. You have. Because you may not know, you will assume that because the person looks well dressed, etc. That's it. And it's look, I am worried particularly about the children and the elderly. So those of us in the middle bracket, we are healthy, we can take care of ourselves.
We can't just say we are healthy.
No, I'm not saying we are healthy as in so we can be reckless. No. I'm saying that you can, but what about the child who cannot explain himself? Or herself. What about the old woman who lives alone, who sends somebody to say, oh, Charlie, go and buy me a bowl of kinky or a bowl of wache, brings it, and she lives alone, and now she's in pain, she's in trouble. Who takes care of that person? It's a social protection conversation. It's a big one. It's a convoluted one, a big one that we must have. And up until now, we have not had that. Look, coconut sellers.
Akush.
The coconut seller these days, and I don't even want to talk about them. I don't want to talk about the alum. These days they put alum. A lot of alum, right? You see, they usually have, a typical coconut seller will have a bucket of water. They'll put plenty alum in it. And then when they finish de-husking the coconut, the portion that turns, I don't want to call it white, it's not white, it's brown. They dip it into it so it doesn't redden further. Back in the day, if you pluck your own coconut and you de-husk it and you leave it for some time, it reddens. But these days, when you go to the coconut joints, it's been sitting there for 4 or 5 hours, and it's still as if they just de-husked it. Because they are using alum for it.
That is why I'll come and point this one.
Yeah, I like point and kill. Now that's 1. 2, they use machete or cutlass, right? When they finish cutting for you, we all know coconut attracts house flies. Where do they put the cutlass?
On the table now.
So the house flies are feeding on it.
Yes.
Do you know where the house fly has gone?
No.
Me and you, we know what house fly is like. But we can't say it because it's too early.
But
we know what housefly is like, and then they will come, and then we will use that same one. Then when you finish drinking, you say, "Oh, chairman, boom, mommy."
Another one.
And they'll use that same
cutlass to remove the flesh of the coconut
the place
for you.
is so busy that they don't get to put the cutlass down.
I'm saying
just cutting from one to the other.
I'm saying that. Look, we have not paid attention to this one, though. But we
simple.
But we all know what house flies like. We all know. We just cannot say it loud. We don't feel loud down. But we all know.
Let me read this message. Charlie, if you see a food vendor carry a baby on her back and sell it, run.
I don't want us to put it like that. But it's, of course, sometimes you can, I have seen some before. Somebody just changed the diaper of the baby and then went straight ahead to want to sell to people.
Hey.
And, what hurts me is when you start, like you ask a question, oh, madam, but you own sakakra.
Yeah.
And then you have other people who are in the queue say, that's
always a problem.
But if you get maybe 2-3 people add on to you, the woman feels compelled to go and wash her hands. But when you start, they say, oh, Chairman, it's the same attitude we use in Trotro. We all know the Trotro driver is misbehaving. We all know he's overspeeding. We all know he's going to kill us. But when somebody starts saying, taxi, we just dismiss people because we are in a hurry. And we all know the trotro driver is going to kill us. We all know the trotro ball joint is doing pocho. We know. But how to say it is the problem. If you go and say it, say Mawuena is Buklon. Mawuena, get down, go and find your own car. Sifom crowd it's the frustration, the general frustration. It's a general frustration.
You go be. So next time you go to your wache joint, insist on the leaves. Let them serve you on.
But some of the wache sellers don't actually have leaves at all.
That is why
some actually
they have plastic poly bags and the cellophones, the packs.
That is why you should stop eating wache from estates.
That they should stop eating rice and beans. That is not conversing with each other to become wache.
Thank you.
Because you see, wache has elements, kelendefi and things. The things must, the element, the compounds, they must be married.
Nice
the beans must be married to the rice.
Yeah,
you understand?
Facts.
We don't use long grain rice to cook wache. No. Broken rice and things. It's a mixture of plenty things. But people are using proper Thai rice to cook wache.
That's why
you have spots the wache
rice.
because the Thai rice perfume will kill the flavor of the beans. And one thing that the one shocking the Mawuena before I go, while I was away, I saw a video of people putting cement in beans.
They were spraying it on the beans
to preserve the beans.
Yes. Hey,
so that weevils do not attack the beans.
Yes.
I said, wow.
Yes.
Beans.
Yes.
Cement.
Yes.
The beans itself, if you add gari to it, that's full concrete. Then now you are adding cement to it.
But this is not cooked.
I'm saying that
no, it's actually a joke.
The beans, yes, but the beans is when you cook it and you add gari to it, full concrete.
Yeah, facts.
Then now you are adding cement to it.
Solidification.
Hey Charlie, what are you building inside me? What are you building inside me? Then you get to a Kobe joint. There's no housefly.
Yeah, they're using the.
That is strange. Kobe, kako, erefua. If there's no housefly, run. You opoku joint, salmon joint, tuna joint. There's no housefly. Chairman, you are eating poison. I'm telling you. No, you are killing yourself. You are eating poison.
So
we all have to do the cat farms on the catfish farm. We all have to do some.
And it's a word of caution to all of us who are listening that you need to take more seriously the matters of health as well. But Sixtus's favorite person is here.
So Auntie Adole says,
thank you.
What we need here is a food preparation board and inspectors like the UK has. The trading standards. We don't look. Auntie Adole, good morning. We have them this morning. Some of them, they are taking their bath. They have eaten breakfast.
They are about to go to work.
They have told their family and friends that they are going to work, but they won't go and do zilch. That I can tell you. There are people who go. They say they are inspectors. They go. They dish small jollof into some pack for them and wrap it.
The local assemblies have inspectors.
Yes, they have health inspectorate. In fact, what people have said, let's bring back Sama. Let's bring back. We still have Sama. They are there. When you go to AMA, you go to KMA, you go to Ledma, Lakma, Kokma.
I think
name them. Gasouth. They have them.
Kintampo College of Health.
They have them. They are
training the officials and
yes, public health, sanitation officers.
They have them. I say they have them. There's a lady at the AMA, for example, who's been going around. When the COVID issue came, all of that, Akawe issues. They have. She has a department that has people under her. You go to Kokma, there are people who are there. You go to Ladma, Lekma, name them. Florence. Yes. So there are people there who are supposed to ensure that these things happen. They are the people responsible for giving the vendors the certificates of health to say that you don't have any communicable disease. So they are there. And the scope of the work.
In fact, 2 years ago, we had a kind of an arrangement with her for us to be engaging her on Tuesdays to talk about public health, food safety, environmental health, and all of those things. Yes, on this same network, on this same show, we used to do that with Florence. I don't know whether she's still at.
She's still at
with
the AMA.
AMA.
She's still with the AMA.
Still there.
In fact, now the AMA even has its own court. So this is where at the old AMA building. So this is where the AMA now has to ensure that look, if you flout the law, we must not have mercy on you.
Be dealt with.
We must take you to the court and deal with you. Because if you have the intention of adding Sudan dye to palm oil. You have the intention of adding Tom Brown or Kokunte to groundnut paste. You have the intention of adding cement to beans. You have the intention of putting formalin on fish. You have the intention of adding color to pepper to ground to sell to people. You are a thief.
You're literally dyeing oranges and all that.
The law must find you and keep you among the murderers at Insawam. Bomo Belojibo. Uye Wudini. Udiyenka. We have to find you.
Well,
we have to find you.
Another person we have to find.
Otuado.
And beg him.
Oh,
Otuado.
Goodness.
Otuado is another person we have to find.
To go on
Auntie Adole, good morning to you.
We're going to go on a very solemn note today and pray that the disaster of Bokum does not happen again.
And that is why I said we need to find him.
Say I'm going to find him.
Yeah.
But
and beg him.
He's in Austria.
What is he doing there?
Oh, he can't be there.
But he's training the boys.
That's where they are training.
We're pitched in Austria.
Yeah.
When is the game?
The game's on Friday, actually.
Oh, Bill. Why
Who are we playing
like
first?
Bill is behaving like
Oh, Charlie.
You can't bring up the chair.
You can't bring up the
It's
chair.
not coming up.
Oh, Charlie.
The chair is not coming.
You're
up.
associating too much with the man. It's affecting everything you do.
No wonder you defend him so much.
It's not funny.
Oh, how? No, I don't.
No wonder you defend him so much.
That's an unfair thing.
I don't do
No,
that.
but he's always defending the man.
He's not defending me. I can say confidently, Bill doesn't defend. He only likes to put out the facts and then he leaves the judgment to the listening.
What is happening in Austria?
Oh, so at the moment, the players are training. What I understand is 22 players are in camp. 21 trained yesterday. The 22nd player, Thomas Partey, came, I think, after training. But we expect
the club didn't release him.
Oh, Partey is in.
He's in now. He's in, but he didn't.
But he missed the training session yesterday.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know particularly why, but I mean, usually there are multiple reasons why players coming and
it's nothing to panic over.
No, it's not.
Our first game is against Austria.
Austria this Friday.
Before we go to
Germany. Yes.
So we are doing 1 week in Austria to train. Why are you laughing?
And we go to the States.
No, I'm just trying to follow the story.
Okay.
We are doing 1 week in Austria.
They've been in Austria since Monday.
Yes. The game is on Friday.
Yes.
So they will do like 2-3 days of training, then they'll rest. Or this time.
No, they'll train till Thursday.
Till Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday will be like a final training session.
Yeah.
Charlie, I saw Auntie Adole's school, Ruby Joe Education Center. They have a football team, a female football team.
Oh, really?
Of youngsters. I'm sure that the coach can do better than Otuado.
Oh.
Yeah. I need to see that coach.
Yeah, because
I would defer.
No.
Craver.
Look, we have invested. Look on the front page. Look at the front page of the Ibrahim Mahama and his people are donating $5 million to Black Stars.
It is part of that we are using for this training.
Yes, it's part of them.
I was there.
It's part of what we are using at Austria now.
We are spending all these monies and we're investing our emotions and we'll still come back.
If we go $10 million,
if I wants to explain something.
Actually, if we go by the facts, so let me lay it bare. The Black Stars are to get $10.5 million from FIFA because they've qualified for the World Cup.
Just
now,
for qualifying.
1.5 is for preparations towards the World Cup.
They are getting how much? 10 million.
10.5.
$10.5 million.
Yes.
And we alone are
towards
giving
the
them,
tournament.
One rich man is giving them $5 million.
Okay. So let me break it down. So 1.5 of it
is for preps.
Preps before the World Cup.
So this Austria game will come from that $1.5 million.
Yes, technically it's part.
Okay.
And then the 9 million is for the group stage. So anytime if we get past the group stage, the money will increase.
So the money that we
so
also
it's a guaranteed
raise for them.
money we are getting. 10.5.
So the money, the bonuses,
the excess money, like this $5 million, and the rest,
Yeah.
What will happen?
What happens to it?
As for that fundraiser,
no, this money there has been given.
Yes.
Yes.
By engineers and planners. They are
the fundraiser mobilizes 11.5 million.
Engineers and
planners.
And
then 13.9 million Ghana cedis. Hey.
$11.
$11.5 million. And then 13.97 million Ghana cedis plus $5 million. Charlie,
No, Mawuena, we have to go and start playing football.
So
what are you talking about?
I reckon.
So all this Saturday and Sunday football is for nothing.
So what I reckon from the fundraiser, it doesn't specifically touch the Black Stars because they would have their own funding from FIFA.
Supporters.
Yes.
This money is
So
going
this
to
for what?
supporters.
This will go into the supporters. The other people will be around the Black Stars to try and
So, for example,
push.
if you are selected to go to the World Cup, we'll take money from here to take care of it.
That's it.
That's why you are defending Otuada. I see.
Oh, Johnnie. Johnnie, how?
No, but
to Johnnie.
so all these years,
But
why have we
there's
not?
but there's the aim of putting it in the sports fund too. So
Sports fund.
excesses will go into the sports fund.
Edem Agbana, for example, MP for
Excesses.
Ketu North, he says that look, instead of taking people to the World Cup,
build
infrastructure in the various
See, that's the point I'm coming to.
and
All these years,
allow talents to be
these
sharpened and
years,
honed.
We have been receiving these kinds of monies from FIFA.
Oh yeah, there's always a guarantee.
Is there any project that we can point to say that
You start a sports show when you ask that question, respectfully. Because, and I have worked.
I just touched some nerve, man?
No, I'm being honest.
No,
with
go
you.
ahead, go ahead. We love it. We love it. Go ahead.
I have been close to sports journalists from the start of my journalism.
Yes.
This is a question that has not been answered. You can get. At some points, they were building polytanks and boreholes in the name of sporting project. That's why I say, don't start. If you start it, we'll start an entire sports show.
We'll take an hour.
So let's leave it here.
So
let's allow Bill do sports.
so there's no project.
I agree with you.
The Krakran said there are projects, but you will not like the project.
The polytank project.
Boreholes
You
and
won't like it.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
so now my next question, that's my
You probably
final
won't
one.
like it.
Perhaps. Which bank
is receiving all the money?
Because see, if you give me 5 million,
I think this will go to a government-related something.
If you give me $5 million today,
I believe.
and I know that I'm not going to use it today, and I call my good friend Jonathan Syme at ADB, and I tell him that, Joe, they're giving me 5 million to hold. I have 2 weeks. What can we do with it? Oh, I'm sure Jonah will come up with something.
So that you get profits.
Yes, so I'm saying which bank is keeping these monies? Because this will not be small boy change.
The money plenty, to be fair.
Yeah, so which bank? Do you know?
Your first
I don't know
question is
the
whether
bank.
it's all.
I know
whether
there's
it's
an
all-
account.
Whether it's all liquid.
I know there's an account, but I don't know of the bank.
The money
whether it's all
well,
liquid.
The bankers don't actually need the
No,
liquid.
in fact, there's
They
a
need
CD
the
account,
figure
there's
to
a dollar account. So
Yes, what?
there's a CD and then there's a dollar. So there were donations that were coming in CD specifically.
Yes.
And there were donations that were coming
Don't be
in dollar.
distracted. Which bank?
The bank, I don't know.
The bank we don't
Because
know.
we have to,
but it's
because
good to
the bank has to give us.
It's good to know. It's
how
refreshing
much
to know that Ghanaians still love the Black Stars. That a
Yes.
fundraiser would.
I was surprised actually.
Yes, it's good to know. So, Mawuena, you see, I'm not the only one passionate about the Black Stars.
The donations were
and I'm
coming
sure that
in.
all those who donated, if you ask them, they will say the coach. There's no hope in the coach.
So this money,
and if the coach sees all this and is still setting his targets at group stages.
Because Black Queens will not.
disappointing
Black
people,
Queens will not go and say we want to do group stage. The Black Queens coach doesn't aim at group stages. So Black Meteors.
Now the aim is
That they-
actually to get to the final.
They
or to
all
at least
don't aim
qualify.
at group.
Yeah, for the Queens, the aim is to at least qualify for the World
And
Cup.
how much do we give them?
Which
How much do we
means
give them?
Be in the top four. Basically.
And how much do we give them?
This is a target.
Oh no!
We don't give them anything close to this.
No, we don't even talk about them.
But they are the ones who are
we don't
aiming
even
higher.
talk about them.
And the ones who are doing Matra Makwe, we give them all the money.
I don't think you understand what Bill is saying.
What are you saying?
The Black Queens have not qualified to the World Cup
yes.
in a while.
In a while.
And so
yes.
now
aim
they
is
are
not-
their target
targeting
is
qualification
to
to the World
That
Cup.
is perfect.
Mawuena,
So I've always said, no, I've been consistent. I've said that if you look at where we have come from, what we are as a football nation, your target cannot be that you want to just
Yeah,
go
but
to
you see, the Black Queens
been
will aim
consistent.
higher because for a long time we have not paid attention to them. Imagine what $11.5 million given to the Black Queens or the Black Meteors.
Forget 11.
Look,
imagine $2 million.
No, you just give you $5 million. Ibrahim Ahama, go and give them your $5 million. They will show us love.
They won't tell us they want to settle at the group stages.
The sports fund is not only for the Black Stars.
If you want, we can have this conversation one of these days. We will bring the sport people and they will have.
We ourselves will talk about it. We can do. No, me, I'm ready to meet these sports guys because they are not realistic. They won't talk about the issues. They will say they are laying the facts bare.
Yeah,
but they won't attack.
It's not always about it. But
my job is to lay the facts for you. If not to attack.
Facts that after laying the facts bare.
Facts that
after bearing the facts.
No, relax.
Then you see that this must be attacked.
Which fact is supposed to be bare, but they're still wearing clothes.
Let's do sports now with Billy Shen. He's here. You get into the sports for us.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Sports here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. Let's start off with some news from the Black Stars camp because 21 players trained at the Vienna football campus on Monday as the Black Stars began preparations for their international friendly against Austria. The 1 hour session focused on recovery for those who played for their clubs on Sunday, while other players participated in tactical and shooting drills. Players who took part in the training included Lawrence Atisigi, Benjamin Asai, Joseph Annan, Patrick Pfeiffer, Derek Lucasen, Derek Cohn, Jerome Opoku, Caleb Irenchi, Kojo Pon Pepra, Jonathan Ajeti, Marvin Sinaya, and Gideon Mensah. Also joining the action were Elisha Owusu, Ibrahim Sulemana, Kwesi Sibo, Jordan Ayew, Prince Kwabena Edu, Christopher Bonsupa, Abdul Fattah Isahaku, Antoine Semenyo, Kamaldeen Sulemana, and Daniel Leje. Meanwhile, Deputy Captain Thomas Partey has joined the squad in Vienna, bringing the total number of players in camp to 22. Alexander Jiku and Kojo Pon-Pepra are expected to arrive later. Now, Black Stars Communications Director Henry Asantuchum has highlighted the importance of Ghana's upcoming friendlies against Austria and Germany as the team gears up for the World Cup. He, however, urged Ghanaians not to place too much emphasis on the results, stressing instead that the matches will serve as a vital litmus test, offering insight into the team's readiness, particularly for their World Cup clash against England.
Very important. Very important. We are playing against teams who have also made it to the World Cup. Austria are a strong team with some good players in Europe. Germany, another force. I think their national team have actually huffed and puffed in recent tournaments, but they are always a force. If you are looking for a team that will give you the opposition that we are likely to face against England at the World Cup, Germany will give that opportunity. That opposition. Austria also comes in with a German coach. He understands the game very well. They have qualified for the World Cup. They need an African opposition because they have an African team in their group. So it is an important assignment for the three teams. Austria will play one more friendly. Germany will play one more friendly before they face us. Austria will play another friendly after they have faced us. So yes. Unfortunately, national team football comes in once in 3 months or once in 4 months, so you're unable to continue with that consistency bit. But you always need to keep that team compact. You always need to keep the core of the team because of telepathy and chemistry, and that's what we are seeking to do. We may not place premium on results.
That was Henry Asante-Chum, the Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association. And the Black Maidens are set to begin their campaign in the FIFA Women's World Cup qualification with a two-legged first-round tie against Togo next month. The second leg will take place on Sunday, April 12, 2026 at the Stade de Kege in Lomé, with kickoff scheduled for 4 p.m. The return leg would then be played 6 days later on Saturday, April 18, 2026 at the Accra Sports Stadium at 3:30 p.m. The two matches form part of the opening round of the African qualifiers for the upcoming FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, where qualified teams across the continent compete for a place at the global tournaments. After a long absence, the Black Maidens will be aiming to secure a strong advantage in their away fixture before returning home to Accra to finish the job in front of their home supporters. With news from the local fronts, BBN Gold Stars climbed to the top of the table after a hard-fought 1-0 win over Vision FC, taking advantage of Midiama SC's slip to seize control of the title race with 8 matches left. Despite dropping second, Midiama's head coach Ibrahim Tanko insists the title race is far from over.
If you lose a game, there's nothing you can say. We just have to go and then prepare for our next game. No, I think there's one thing we have to do. We have to keep on working. We have to make sure that we get our next 3 points at home. So definitely we still have 8 games to play. All the teams have a very tough game to play. So we are going to prepare very well for the last 8 games.
That was Ibrahim Tanko, head coach of Midiama SC. Now, French soccer icon Zinedine Zidane has agreed to take over his national team's head coaching duties following this summer's FIFA World Cup. Now, the 53-year-old reportedly reached a verbal agreement with the French Football Federation to replace Didier Deschamps, who has held the role since 2012. Zidane, who managed La Liga powerhouse Real Madrid for 2 stints, has long been expected to eventually become the coach of France. As a player, he won the 1998 Ballon d'Or and was 3-time FIFA World Player of the Year. He also won the World Cup in 1998 and finished second in 2006. Now, Antoine Semenyo is confident that Manchester City can carry momentum from their recent Carabao Cup triumph into the closing stages of the Premier League. City has secured their 9th EFL Cup title with a commanding 2-0 victory over Arsenal on Sunday, March 22nd, marking the Ghanaian forward's first major trophy of his professional career. Despite the Cup success, Pep Guardiola's side still face significant challenge in the league title race, sitting 9 points behind leaders Arsenal, although they have a game in hand.
I think it gives us a boost. It gives us confidence coming back from the international break and hopefully catching up. I feel like we don't want to say too much because momentum can swing very quickly. So we just have to do our jobs leading up to that game and hopefully we can finish off the job potentially. And so, I mean, we've got top quality players. We create a lot of chances and we've got good goal scorers. So, listen, it can change very quickly.
That was Antoine Semenyo speaking. Now, the Golden State Warriors defeated the Dallas Mavericks 137-131 in an overtime thriller on Monday, March 23rd, 2026. The victory allowed Golden State to snap a 3-game losing streak, though it was overshadowed by a serious injury to Moses Moody. Moses Moody led the Warriors with 23 points and 3 steals before being carted off the court with an apparent left knee injury with 58 seconds remaining in overtime. This was the third meeting between the teams this season, with Golden State leading the series 2-1. That's it for the sports segment here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. I'll see you same time tomorrow. More updates from the camp of the Black Stars as we gear up to the friendly against Austria. But until then, have a great morning.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, way. Oh, turn it up!
Coming to the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Coming to the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Coming to the mountains, sight and I grandpa.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on and let go. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Minutes after 8 on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. If you're coming to Prom Prom, then you belong to us. As the first HR hotel, we focus on three things: peace, people, and quality. As a serene escape with legendary service and world-class comfort. Not just a hotel, but also your home for comfort and tranquility. Please call 050-335-9598, 050-335-9598, 0303-989737, 0303-989737.
Someone on the street, let their hand, let them stand on his feet.
We shall encourage you also to book First HR Heights, because we don't just provide a room, we provide a reset. Guests tell us they feel an immediate sense of peace and moment of joy once they walk in. A rare kind of assurance that lets their tensions just melt away. If you're looking for a sanctuary where the staff genuinely respects your peace and treats you like family, your first and only choice. Also located in town, just about 25 minutes drive to Accra Business Center. That's right, just about 25 minutes drive to Accra Business Center. Please call 025-6060-665. That's 025-6060-665. 025-6070-666. 025-6070-666. And we will sort you out nice and easy. During the show, we'll be talking about what's brewing in the courts, because we know that Ghanaian is challenging the renaming of the Kutuka International Airport to the Accra International Airport. We'll get into the meat of that matter. Find a way to give you cash. You want some fast fun and cash, rewarding games right on your phone? Welcome to Busy Cash, where playing is easy and winning is so exciting. Getting started is simple. Just dial *245#. That's *245# on any network to access the Busy Cash menu. Choose from exciting games that you would love to play, and here I will encourage you to play games like Ghana Jollof, which is also on Busy Cash, Gold Mine, or the Trot game. I want you to play those ones. to play is as simple. Dial star 245 hash. That's star 245 hash. Select Ghana Jollof. Pick the secret ingredient. Pick the right destination. Choose your stake from 1 cedi to 1,000 cedis. Confirm the amount and enter your PIN to play. You receive a confirmation SMS immediately. It's instant. Gold Mine will help you to dial star 24 hash. Star 245 hash. Pardon, star 245 hash. Pick the right location to mine. Choose your stake from 1 cedi to 1,000 cedis. Confirm the amount and enter your PIN to play. And you receive a confirmation SMS instantly. Trotro. Dial star 245 hash. Select Trotro. Pick the right destination. Choose your stake from 1 cedi to 1,000 Ghana cedis. Confirm the amount and enter your PIN. You receive an instant text message that's telling you where you are in the game. Confirmation message. But there's no cash out record because the money is paid directly into your Momo account when you are lucky enough to win. Remember, this game is 18 years and above compliant, and every ticket qualifies you for a monthly draw of up to 50,000 Ghana cedis. Busy cash, fast, easy, and accessible to everyone. Dial star 245 hash now and start playing. Ghana Jollof, Gold Mine, the two.
Ain't gonna sing to more. 3FM Go Bill Festival 2026. Date Saturday 28th of March. Ain't gonna sing to more.
And if you love Gobe, we're inviting you to stand up because we are counting all the Gobe lovers. If you're a Gobe lover, we're back and bigger and better as always. Not just the food, the whole experience on Saturday the 28th of March 2026. That's just this Saturday. We're bringing together the most die-hard Gobe lovers for a day of pure vibes from across the world. The best Gobe vendors you can find in the capital city and beyond. Non-stop music, great performances, free of charge games, the kind of energy that only you get when you and your favorite people gather around your favorite meal. Gobe. We're moving from corporate to campus. We're eating Gobe throughout the period. From celebrities to the real Gobe connoisseurs, everybody is pulling up in their Afrocentric attire. So you should too. So gather your squad, come hungry, come ready. Come and rep the Gobe the way you want it. Come and let's feed you. The Gobe Festival is on Saturday the 28th of March 2026. The Legon City Mall. Eat, vibe, celebrate. Don't miss it. You see, Gobe is a lifesaver. You know why people get angry with Gobe sellers when they decide that, oh, today is a holiday, I'm not coming? Because they are performing a national role. Gobe is a national security conversation. If you're a Gobe seller, you can't just wake up one day and say, but no. No, Davi, you have to be careful. Gobe is an international meal. And that's why we're putting together this special Gobe Festival. Just for you and yours to come and enjoy, come vibe, come and let's have fun. On Saturday, the 28th of March 2026. Just this Saturday. We're just about 3-4 days away from that. I don't want to count the day itself. Saturday. And if you know, you know this Gobe 4.0. We have had 3 editions already. And sometimes people have asked us to do it twice a year. Oh, slow down. Let's work with God. So we've been counting the days and we're wrapping up Ghana month in grand style with Gobe Festival. The 3FM Gobe Festival. You can't miss it. If you miss it, it's most likely the kind of feeling you get when you miss heaven. Oh my God, Gobe. Gobe.
Gobe na rice. Gobe na pie. Combination nigga tight.
Look, you know when you go to the Gobe seller, if you are a proper Gobe connoisseur and the Gobe seller doesn't give you zomi, there will be trouble in the other Gobe joint. Gobe zomi. You know zomi? The palm oil, the andanu. The zomi. Those who like their Gobe with palm oil, there are those who like it with the pepper, with just the oil. Then there are those who want to add the avocado pear.
There are those who want to add eggs to it. But I advise you, verily, 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 I say unto you, if you work with people in an air-conditioned office and you ever go out to eat gobe for lunch, that gobe with egg and all the pair combinations, be hasting slowly on those. Because you could be used in a way that you have never determined. And the whole office could be in there. But be a child of God. We're meeting on the 28th. There's a free entry. Just come with your folks. Starting at 9 a.m. Come with your folks. Enter. Choose a gobe vendor of your choice. Of course, there will be other vendors as well. Fresh fruit drinks and all of that. Let's come have fun. Let's have fun together. Free musical performances. Giant stage for those who have experienced it before. Your favorite celebrities will be there. Your favorite musical stars will be there. There'll be games. You make new friends. In fact, somebody tells me that they struck some new deals last year. We had the Gobe Festival. You can't miss it. You have to be there. You have to be bodily present with your friends and family. Come and let's have fun. Saturday the 28th of March. Let's wrap up Ghana month in a grand style. 3FM Gobe Festival. The day there. Take a quick break. When we return from this break, we'll be talking about water. We'll be talking about what's happening in the court because a Ghanaian citizen has taken the Attorney General to court, suing the nation for renaming the Kotoka International Airport as Accra International Airport. You know, that conversation came up strongly. Those who were for, those who were against. The matter went to Parliament, it's been passed. But he says, well, there's an existing law. NRCD will tell you all about the law and why he thinks that the name change is not consistent with the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Also, I'm sure the folks who have been hashtagging Obake would have something to say, but as they say, go to court. On return from this break, there's more here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Johnnie Hughes.
do know that the patients, some patients were treated on the floors over the weekend. Very disturbing videos that were shown out there. Now we ask the key questions as to how that could have been occasioned. Well, the information we have it suggests that patients were treated on the floors due to the overcrowding that forced the patients to be treated on the floors right there, and the beds and chairs had run out. So what we know is that there were beds, the beds got full, and then they resorted to using chairs. The chairs also ran out, and so now the patient had to be treated on the floor. Now, we have an authentic video footage, even though amateur, that doctors are rejecting claims that the viral footage is fake or AI generated. But we do know that that situation happened, and the emergency medicine residents in Accra have confirmed that to us. We also know that 200 beds is not a real solution in terms of the beds alone not being able to fix a lack of oxygen equipment, for example, a lack of space, and even lack of staff to attend to patients or to man these emergency facilities. Also, we know that there's a severe system overload where within the existing emergency facilities across the country, we have already overstretched them beyond their boundaries. Now, let's look at it from a national point of view. We have, as according to medical professionals that we've spoken to the past days, been made to know that we have a weak referral system, we have no pre-hospital care, and then we have no bed tracking system. We have a weak referral system, we have no pre-hospital care, and we have a no bed tracking system. We'll get to understand what all of these mean. Now, if you, for example, call for an urgent reform, what are we looking at? We're looking at doctors who are now beginning to demand for transparent system, a system-wide healthcare improvements, not just the PR fixes and the conversations and the talks that will look good in the eyes of the people. Because if a referral system is weak, and here by referral system, we're talking about you getting maybe injured, you getting an issue and going to your local clinic or the community clinic, and you've been referred to the district hospital and subsequently to a regional hospital and subsequently to the national hospital, that's Kolebu. Now we say we understand per what the emergency medicines residents in Accra are telling us, that we have a weak referral system such that moving you from one point to the other is not properly tracked. Number two, the pre-hospital care, where something happens and before you get to a hospital, you are not too sure if you'll be attended to properly to save your life. That's also another conversation. And then there's a conversation about the beds not being tracked. So, for example, there's a patient at Kaneshi Polyclinic who has to be moved to the Accra Regional Hospital and then subsequently to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. The patient is on bed A1 at the Kaneshi Polyclinic. If the patient is being referred to Accra Regional Hospital, has been referred to the Accra Regional Hospital, what is the corresponding bed there that the patient will have to go now to? That referral system and that bed tracking system is its problem, because if patient is lifted from bed A1, where is the patient headed? It's a conversation, and we have to get to that conversation. Now, the Emergency Medicine Residents Association Accra, you've responded to Accra Emergency Units Kolebu Teaching Hospital Management on the recent accident and emergency medicine emergency crisis. Now, they say we, the emergency medicine residents of Kolebu Teaching Hospital, or Kolebu Teaching Hospital, respond to management's news release on March 21, 2026. We write to ensure the public record accurately reflects the conditions under which care is being delivered
and the systemic failures that made them inevitable. The video footage is authentic. That which the authorities say is AI generated. Say the video footage is authentic. And we urge, and when the surge in the patients exhausted all available beds, chairs were provided. When those chairs were also exhausted, patients had no option but to receive care on the floor. This sequence was witnessed by every member of our clinical team. Characterizing this documentation as AI generated or media slander is factually inaccurate and an affront to both patients and staff. The procurement of 200 beds, while noted, does not address the crisis. Beds without functional oxygen points, airway equipment, monitoring tools, adequate floor space, and sufficient nursing and physician staffing ratios do not improve care. They congest an already overwhelmed space. A comprehensive resource solution is required, not the headline figures.
It's very important.
Yeah.
The point
Now, this is a crisis. This crisis is a symptom of a fractured national emergency response system driven by one, a dysfunctional referral pathway. Patients are dumped at tertiary centers because primary and secondary facilities cannot hold them. 2, absent pre-hospital coordination, patients arrive critically ill with no advance notice and no basic interventions initiated. 3, no national bed tracking system making real-time patients redistribution impossible. We do not call for more beds in hallways. We call for a strengthened national healthcare grid. We urge management and the Ministry of Health to move past PR-focused responses and commit to a transparent and systemic reform. The evidence is real. The crisis is real. And the response must be equally real. This is the emergency medicine residents in Accra who have put this together. And they say we should go past the PR. Now, you're on Facebook with us. Let's take a look at the video, which is now being reported as being AI generated, and then we'll come back to some detail. So here in the video, and for the benefit of those who are listening and not watching on Facebook on 3FM 927, you can clearly see people lying on bed. I know this. What this math looks like, they use it in the kindergarten schools to teach the children, how to learn their ABCs, their alphabets, and their numerals, and all of that. And you see people clearly lying.
Others are lying
on the bare floor. And that's Mawuena because somebody might have reported to the hospital in a very critical condition. They might have been told that there's no bed, but they are in serious pain,
and they need
some immediate help. So also they will lie down.
Absolutely, there's added context to this. On the back of that unfortunate incident of the young man who was taken to 3 hospitals and were told there was no bed, there was a directive. You do not turn away patients, and this is the emergency section of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. It's not an OPD where you walk in every time. This is emergency. And so the directive was you do not turn away a patient in need of emergency care because there is no bed.
Right.
That's why when we read the statements from the doctors, they make the point that it is not just a problem of beds. Because when you bring the beds and they are in the hallway, where's the additional
prior to this, I had cause to talk about the fact that if you look at Kolebu being our largest referral, let's call it a national hospital. The capacity of Kolebu's emergency department at the time, before former First Lady Rebecca Kufado added on to it, was about 40. She added on some to it. But it's obvious with what we're seeing now that we need some more. And I've spoken about that too many times.
I don't think
too many times
1,000 bed for that emergency is an overkill because the entire Ghana reports here
That's right.
From wherever you are.
That's right.
This is your last
This
stop.
is your last stop.
If you are not and you have money, then you can begin to think about flying outside.
On the Jata plane.
You understand?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can make a stretch and say UGMC has the potential, but it's expensive. Let's not kid ourselves. UGMC, for all of its glory, it's not a facility you can run to at every given time. The average Ghanaian cannot go to UGMC because it's expensive.
Exactly.
So, whomever you are, whatever you do, you end up here.
You end up at Kolebu. Now, let's look at some more detail. And W. Oriko's Ghana Military Police, good morning to you. Let's look at some more detail. We know that at the Kolebu Emergency Crisis Center, for example.
Kolebu Doctors Association.
Yes, Kolebu Doctors Association. They're raising the concern. They are the ones who attend to the patients. There's overcrowding crisis, and the admissions exceed the hospital's capacity.
Absolutely.
So, what we have earmarked, the number of beds we have earmarked, the number of emergency professionals we have earmarked, the number of oxygen cylinders, whatever it is that we have earmarked. The doctors at Kolebu are telling us that they do not meet the capacity of persons who come in. In other words, in a day, they get more than what they can actually handle.
Absolutely.
Now, 2, this says patients are treated on the floors because the beds and chairs have become insufficient. So there are beds, which is the ideal, and then there are chairs, which is the improvisation, that they go out of their way to improvise because they have been told not to turn away anybody.
Absolutely.
So now they are improvising to make sure that people get help. And then they put them in chairs. Even the chairs, they are not enough. So once the chairs run out, what's the next option? On the floor.
Bakashi.
Now, then that's where the ministry and the Ghana Health Service disagrees with them. But then what do?
You can't turn the patient away, because when you turn the patient away, they will die.
So, and all of this is on the back of what we saw. The gentleman, the engineer from Macedon, was turned away. Eventually, he died. He was refused treatment, even in the ambulance, etc.
There is legislation which is making its way to Parliament to ensure that you do not turn away patients.
But you see, legislating alone does not solve the problem.
Exactly.
Because even if you legislate, you pass the law in Parliament, and you don't even have the LI, and you would bear me out. You don't have the legislative instrument to make people activate their rights under the law. You have done next to nothing. That's 1. 2, you can legislate, have the LI, and not actually kickstart the implementation process.
Because you don't have the...
Because you have not decided to kickstart the process. We're just talking about $5 million, etc. for Black Stars, $11.5 million US for Black Stars, blah, 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 blah. Somebody will say national pride, etc. But these are lives we're talking about. Lives that cannot be won back. We can always reapply to play in the World Cup.
You can qualify again.
We can re-qualify again. Well, we can re-qualify. But can we re-qualify lives that are lost? That's another conversation. And then the third part is that we have played politics with this health thing for far too long. Look, I can remember since 2018, I've been talking about 5 areas within our state makeup that we should not politicize. Security, health, education, agric, economy. 5 areas. Unfortunately, we have politicized all of them. So we know the reality on the ground, that patients stand a risk. If you go to the hospital and you are ill, it means that your immune system is breaking down. You are susceptible to a lot of infections. And here the Kolebu Doctors Association are telling us that the patients stand a risk of infection, they stand a risk of delays, and the medical errors will arise.
Because of these.
Somebody may come with a fracture. The person doesn't have the right bed. Because not every bed, as the doctors have made us understand, not every bed is
is fit to treat any and everything.
You see,
so somebody comes with a fracture. He doesn't get the right bed. The person is put in a chair. You are compounding the problem. Somebody comes to assess the problem, and based on that, decides that, oh, this is the medication that you want or that you need. And then eventually when they find the proper bed for the person, they realize, we got it wrong.
You see, I just wanted to add an example. A bed is a bed.
Right.
When, I don't know for how many people suffer this, when you take a nap in a chair for like 30 minutes or whatever, and you wake up,
right,
you realize that blood circulation has not happened in the manner in which it is supposed to happen.
That's right.
You either a part of your body goes numb and you're now beginning to try and feel it properly and what have you.
This from a layman's point of view, our point of view.
That's you feel these. So, but when that same sleep, when you do it 30 minutes lying down,
that's right.
You don't wake up.
The power nap.
You don't wake up with numbness in any part of your body, which suggests that being seated in a medical condition and receiving treatment will not, because the circulation will not be the same.
How do you even expect somebody to sit and receive infusion?
You get it.
I was not too well a few days ago, and I had to go to the hospital. When I got there, as soon as I got in, the doctor says, "Let him lie down." I wanted to sit. He said, "No, lie down." As soon as I got in, they said, "Lie down. Lie down, lie down." Because I made a call. I called my doctor. I said, "I'm going to the hospital now. I'll meet you there." As soon as he got there, they said, "Lie down." That's all. And all of a sudden, just that psychological lie down, it just hits me, and it's so I still don't get it how Kolebu in 1923 and Kolebu in 2026, there's a vast difference. In 1923, when Sir Gordon Gottisberg was putting up Kolebu with his colonial government for the people of the Gold Coast and for the colonialists themselves or the expats, they were looking at the population of the greater Accra region. And if you like, adjoining areas like the Eastern region, and then they decided that, look, per our population, if we have 40 beds for an emergency, department or whatever it is, the unit or whatever they call it, it is okay. What was our population back then? Pre-independence, 1923. What was our population? Post-independence, 69 years.
We've not added.
What is our population? What is the UN ratio?
1 is 1,000 to a doctor.
If we Google now what the UN says, the WHO says about emergency units and population size, we will get it. And it is not as if we are ignorant about the situation. Because in 2010, we had a population census. No. In 2020, when we were supposed to have it, we had COVID, so we couldn't. But the subsequent year, we did. No. So we know what our challenges are. I think every 10 years, we do the Ghana Demographic and Health Survey. I've had cause to read a copy of that document before when I was doing the Good Life Game Show with Ghana Health Service, BCS Project, USAID, and Johns Hopkins University. They put together the Good Life Game Show, and I was privileged to be the quiz master. Mawuena, that document is bigger than Professor Fiaju's Constitutional Review Committee thing. It's detailed. So, how do we spend money to gather all this information? How do we spend money to do all this, conduct all this research, and we still come back and we do things the same way they are? Look, it hurts if you go to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital or the Accra Regional Hospital, even our own 37. Even 37. That used to be like the example. Go to 37. No hospital in this country can boast and say that a public hospital as for us. And that's why people will go for private, but you can find the best doctors in the public hospitals.
The private hospitals, which people visit them and come and do the consultancy for them?
It's the same public hospital doctors. But they feel more comfortable working there than asking you to come and join a certain... Look, if you ask me to go to Kolebu today, I will feel all sorts. If you ask me to go to maybe Akai or Nyaho or Leicester or Inkum or Airport Women's Hospital or any of... I will feel comfortable. Or UGMC, I'll go with speed because I don't like the crowd. And look, I am not well. Let's say I have bronchitis. I am not well. Then I come and sit in a choked place with a crowd, all manner of people breathing and blah, blah, blah. By the time I leave there, don't you think I would have compounded my problem? So what are we doing? Look at this benchmark gap. The maybe Mawuena guide me.
So the WHO target is that we have 5 beds to 1,000
people.
Yes.
That is the insight. To meet a minimum of 5 beds per 1,000 people, Ghana must quadruple its current infrastructure 4 times.
Yes. So the global average is 2.7 beds, so roughly 3 beds per 1,000 patients.
Right.
In Ghana, we have 1 bed is 1,000 patients.
Where Abagbo? 1 bed to 1,000 people.
So already there's a challenge.
Charlie, if they don't take care, we'll start carrying student mattress to the hospitals.
People are taking the foams and all that, the mats there.
You know, one thing that also crowds our hospitals is the fact that if you are on admission, Mawuena, a relative of yours has to be present to take care of you.
So it adds up to the number.
I have never understood that. And I don't think I will ever understand that. If I go to a private hospital, my relative doesn't have to be there.
And you see,
there is by the wall, there is something that I can press that will alert a certain nurse on duty that I need attention. If I go to the washroom in the private hospital that I attend, there's one right by the wall. Just in case I go to the loo and I feel weak, I can hit that button and I'm sure somebody will come to me. Like with speed.
This is...
So why can't we give our people that same service?
It is tied to the population thing, I believe, such that the hospitals are overcrowded. The hospital, and this is no defense. The hospitals are overcrowded, and so we're seeing the medical staff having to do more work than they should.
Yeah.
In a private hospital that you visit, it's not overcrowded.
Right.
The patient, the nurse attends to the patient. It's at there's a desk, they call it, where the nurses are seated.
That's right.
There is no pressure for you to be somewhere. So when something is pressed, you're seeing which ward it is.
That's right.
And you're moving there.
But you know also, not to hold brief for that, but there's a difference. And the difference is this. The people... I'm waiting for a day when doctors, nurses, physician assistants, lab technicians, they will go on strike or start pulling the neck of government or holding the neck of government to say that we need 20 test tubes to be able to do some work and we don't have the 20 test tubes. I'm looking for a day when we will have doctors go on strike or nurses go on strike to say, we want 20 test tubes to work. We don't have at all. So because of that, we are not able to work. We won't work. They will do the magic. So the government will now start thinking that, if they can do the magic, why should I bother myself trying to find them what they need to work? Each time you have heard them go on strike, it's because of what will go into a pocket. I am not against them earning their keep, but I'm saying that they need the things that we are talking about now
to work.
And we don't have to be talking about these things only when tragedy comes. No. Mawuena, you and I, if we come to work tomorrow and this console is not here, we will go and say that because the console is not here, we can't work. We won't go and tell Lekikimi to go and bring a small console so that we too put a small microphone and we start ticking the box. We won't. That's where I want. Look, you go to other places, the UK, whatever. Train workers are on strike in the UK, right? They went on strike in the UK. Train workers. They went on strike in the UK. Why were they striking? They were striking not just because of money. They were also striking because of the quality of the facilities that they were working from. So we need to come to that center. Now, some more detail. There's an executive summary of something we pulled off the WHO. The vital signs that we're looking at. Mawuena, you guide me through again.
Let me just do that.
Now, we're talking about bed capacity, right?
So this is what our situation looks like. And when we're mentioning, we're doing roughly 1 bed per 1,000
per 1,000 people, which is abnormal because UN says 5 to 1,000.
Yes. And so we're below average, and the average bed occupancy rate, it's masking a crisis. Now, we broke it down further into regions.
Right.
And some of the regions don't even have 1. They have 0 beds because 0.07 is not a bed.
0, yeah. It's not up to 1.
It's not a bed. If you round it up, no matter how you round it up, it is not still up to 1. And so the Savannah region and the O2 regions are the worst in terms of infrastructure, right? The upper west region follows. Also 0.14 beds. And I asked myself, how do you quantify a bed which a person can sleep on via 0.14? That's not a bed.
That's a half bed. That's a foam. That's just a foam.
Right?
A mattress.
And so the Greater Accra region is where we get to see something that looks like beds. But even that, we're seeing 0.09 beds per 1,000 because of the sheer volumes in terms of people here as well. And so across all of the regions which have been carved out, they operate with half the capacity of even the low national average. And there is a crisis on our hands which we've all known for a very long time. But we continue to play the ostrich about.
The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise. The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise.
And it's 3 minutes after 9 here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Do join us with your thoughts and comments. Let's understand what your own perspective of this issue is and how you've been affected by this, whether you or a relative of yours or somebody near and dear to you, how this affects you. Some proposals have been made, but also you tell us exactly how you feel about this and what we can do about it, because look, whether you like it or not, it could be somebody else today, but tomorrow it just could be you. Engineer Kwame A. Prempe is a national organizer aspirant of the NPP. He's also here as a member of the national communications team of the NPP. Engineer, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks for having me.
Grateful. And lawyer Bracco Powers is also here with us. He's a private legal practitioner. Counsel, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Let's begin. I mean, let's take a bite on this health thing because it affects all of us in Kenya.
Yes,
and it looks as if we talk about it, touch and go, we leave it. Another issue comes, we talk about it, touch and go. What exactly is our problem?
Thank you, my brother. I mean, I think let's start by looking at the problem holistically. I know the health practitioners has been bombarded, has been criticized left and right, center. But when you look at the problem holistically, I do sympathize with them.
I agree.
I do sympathize with them. Right. You know, there's this analogy or there's a story where a professor went into class and started writing on the board. Started writing 1, 2, 3 up to 9. Everybody was quiet. And the next, instead of writing 10, he wrote 11. And then all of a sudden, the whole class, you know, started laughing at him and all that. You know, they've done a lot of good work.
Right.
And one case have come out. Let's not use that to bastardize the entire, you know, healthcare system, the entire, you know, there's an issue. That one we should all admit there's an issue. You know, but the issue comes also in threefold. And I think for now, every time we're having the discussion, we are looking at only one.
Yeah.
Right. You know, the first one is the systems that we have in place. You know, I mean, how do we do referrals in Ghana here?
Yeah.
What is the communication between the hospitals and the ambulance? You know, these things must be laid in place so that even when the ambulance pick a patient, there should be a system where the ambulance can check which hospital has a bed.
Knows where they sticking the patient.
Yes.
Not to be roaming around looking for a bed.
Exactly. You can go to 37, then there's no bed. You go to Ridge, and then there's no bed. You follow to 37. If Kolebu had a bed, why go to the first two before you go to Kolebu?
Yeah.
But you need this system to be in place, you know, so
a
that
bed tracking system.
Exactly. That is one. And the second is what we talk about all the time, in terms of the resources, you know, infrastructure. And the data that you just showed clearly that we are lagging behind when it comes to healthcare facilities and equipment around the world. So that's why I sympathize, you know, with the health practitioners, because they are working with very, very difficult circumstances. You know, and they are managing. Just that it goes wrong, you know, sometime. And we must talk about it. Just that we must carefully craft it, you know, and talk about it in trying to solve the problem.
Right.
Now, the last bit that I think we don't look at is that some of the issues are caused by the patients as well.
Right.
You know, I mean, I've been speaking to some health practitioners. And patients will be dismissed, you know, discharged, and because they cannot pay, they will remain in the hospital and remain on the bed. So somebody new will come in. Somebody is lying on the bed who ought not to be there. But you can't take the person out. So we must also look at the financial side in terms of our healthcare.
Right.
You know, and in our discussion on TV3, we were talking about everybody joining the NHIS to ensure that we have enough funds, you know, to really take care of our health facilities and all that. So, my brother, I think we should look holistically at the problem and not just talk and 2 weeks we are done. And
that's what we've been doing. Unfortunately, we've been just about a few a few weeks ago, we're talking about the engineer who at the Promasidor who lost his life because he was hit by a motorbike, went, you know, from one hospital to the other, literally he died. Unfortunately, he had 2 sisters who are medical doctors taking care of people, and when he got to his turn, there was nobody there to help him out. We spoke about it. And flowing from that, we had a directive from the health ministry that, look, don't turn away any patient who comes in. But you see, beyond the directive, what provisions have we made to say that, engineer, don't turn anybody away? But if I don't turn the person away, where do I put the person?
Where
do I put the person?
That's a real issue. And that's what you get. You will get people lying on the floor.
Put them on the floor.
Yes, because there's nowhere for them to go. Exactly. So we should look at the infrastructure part. You know, and you know, the one of the best things to happen to Ghana recently is Agenda 111.
But you didn't finish it. And you see, that's the problem.
No, I mean, yes, I admit that the government didn't finish it, but government is continuous. You know, one goes, one comes. It doesn't mean we should lay down whatever was done and then we do a different thing.
Do you think the government is laying it down?
Oh yeah, I think they are slowing it down. I mean, look at what we did when we came in terms of the Mahama blocks. We even built more than they did.
No, but you didn't continue what they left.
Oh, but we built more than they did.
You didn't actualize it. That's what you politicians do to us.
The Mahama, the E-blocks.
You left plenty.
But I'm not saying we finished all, but we built more than they did.
I'm saying you didn't have to build new ones when you had some existing.
No, the point is, some of them, where they were located, was not, it was not good enough.
My brother,
you know,
engineer.
There were some of them that were located away. It's a day school, and it's located from every community.
Yeah, but you build, you gravitate people towards there.
Oh, how? So you why don't you then expand the existing schools? Why don't you expand the pre-sex, the infantiman, the prempers, the OWAS, so that you get more people in there instead of going to build in the bush?
But you see, engineer, that's where the problem is.
Yes.
We are looking at school pride. We are looking at alumni status, and then we are looking at strengthening the grade or the Ivy League schools, how we call them here.
And then the other schools that do not have the wherewithal like them, we are allowing them. So it's a real education.
That is not the case. We resource every school. We didn't leave anyone out.
Could we, for example, those schools that you say were built far away, could we, for example, have added boarding facilities to
Yes,
them?
there
there
are E-blocks that were built far away that we added boarding facilities.
That are being used?
Yes.
Which one of them?
Oh, I'll get you the list because I didn't know we were going to talk about this. I didn't bring a list.
I hear you.
Next time I'll bring you the list.
Let me bring Powers in. I'll come to you again. Powers, Kabina, this is worrying for me. And this morning, I'm sure somebody will go to the hospital and face exactly what we are discussing. How does it come to you as a Ghanaian, a human rights activist, for that matter?
Johnny, let me say good morning to your listeners and those watching on social media. I think that I've said it time without number that this conversation has always been one-sided, and people feel that we are always taking a bite at the
nurses and health professionals.
Yes, the nurses or medical professionals, but that hasn't been the conversation. The conversation must rather be brought in to include them, because the thing is that the issue is bigger than we see it. It has to do with right to life, Article 13 of the 1992 Constitution.
Right.
It has to do with duty of care of medical professionals and hospitals. When patients are brought to you who need urgent care, even if genuinely you do not have bed facilities, what do you do? We have something we call triage and stabilization. You must provide that. Stabilize the person before transferring the person or turning away the person.
And that's missing.
But it's missing. And that's been the conversation that we've always...
In fact, I mentioned it when the Promasidor thing happened. I said, look, he went to 3 facilities and none of them said, let's give you first aid. None of them.
Yes.
That's a problem.
None of them. Even when they went to Kolebu, none of them did it. And we saw his BP just... Exactly. We saw it.
And Johnny, the thing is that we must not say that because we are overwhelmed, the medical professionals are overwhelmed, so they will not have... They could not squeeze 2-3-5 minutes to attend to someone who needs an urgent care. In fact, the argument has always been that turning away emergency patients without providing triage and stabilization amounts to a breach of constitutional and tort duties. Breach of duty of care. And I'm saying that patients or diseased families should try to now take on these health professionals and hospitals. Because you see, when we do that, we are able to insist on the right thing being done. Because, Johnny, someone should not come to your health facility for you to turn the person away. And the engineer you were talking about, the one working at the Promasidor, I understand even the ambulance service team said, we have use our stretcher.
Use our stretcher
Use our stretcher.
Yes, in fact, Akolibu, they did that.
And attend to him. But they didn't. So where is the argument? Where is the argument? Or where lies the argument of no bed? Or we didn't have a place to attend to them? And Johnny, I have said that
Sunrise.
Recently, I saw pictures or videos of patients sitting bare on the floor and being attended to.
Yes, last Saturday the video emerged.
In fact,
it's been called an AI video, but the doctors say, look, this is not AI, this is real.
Some health officials have confirmed. In fact, this is a time bomb, and in fact, if anything should happen to them, they should be ready to take on the hospital.
Do people do that? I know people who have faced medical negligence or experienced it where they didn't have the wherewithal, so they couldn't do anything.
In fact, I've had patients run to me with incidents like that. Even some, is surprisingly, and I mean on a sad note, a man had a wife attend to one of the hospitals, and she was pregnant. And she was injected, and the injection apparently left her
paralyzed.
And they didn't have the money to, like you said, to match. They cannot match out the wherewithal to take the case to court. So the issue has always been empowerment. We need to drum this conversation, lead this advocacy, empower the Ghanaian populace to let them know that they have a duty and they have a right where they are not being attended to or where they are right to access health care. Decent health care is denied them, leading to some consequences or fatalities. They should go to court. When we begin to do that, the medical professional will begin to be alive to their responsibilities. The thing is that the argument have been, we are doing our best, the facilities, the equipment are not there. No. Even where you do not have bed facilities, Johnny, there's no excuse to fail or refuse to attend to somebody who needs an urgent medical
But sometimes
care.
they are overwhelmed. I mean,
Why you are overwhelmed? So, Johnny, are you saying that when you are overwhelmed, other people should die? We have a balancing act. There's something we call balancing act. You
That's
need to
right.
balance. You are attending to one person. You have three people who need urgent care. You are saying that because of the one person I'm attending to, I will leave the three people to die. Balancing act is something we need to be training our medical professionals on. And the thing is that, Johnny, sometimes when they tell you we don't have beds or we are overwhelmed, has it always been the case? Sometimes, you see, when people find themselves in trouble, they tend to channel all manner of excuses. I am about it. Then the conversation, like Prempe said, the conversation will rise at a time when there are emergencies, then it will drop. Then we go back to our normal responsibilities.
Let me give Prempe 2 minutes. You want to be national organizer of the MPP?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because we need to restructure our party and we need to get back to power in 2020.
Your party is not structured.
Restructure.
You want to restructure?
We have to
what do you want to restructure? You tell me.
There are a lot of things that we need to do differently.
For example?
And one of the things that I would say, and why I actually, put myself forward to be the national organizer, is the fact that when we want to pose in 31st January 2026, right, we re-elected the former vice president as our candidate.
That's right.
Right, and he even got broader support across the country because he won 232 constituencies. It's more than he did in 2023. What we are saying is that the product that we have is good, right? But the infrastructure, the engine that we brought in to Ghanaians, it was not.
You want to take Nana B's job away from him?
Nana B is not contesting.
Okay.
He's not contesting. So is there?
So you're there with what? Titus Glover?
Titus Glover.
And who else?
Yes, I think the other few people are there.
I see. But Titus is the one you remember. He's the one going to give you
that's the one
wahala.
That's the one you remember. That's why.
Because he's the name I've heard. And then yours now.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think there are some other people that are there.
I see.
But
what do you bring to the table?
I mean, I bring two things to the table.
Tell me.
Right. What I bring to the table is a real grassroots mobilization. I link up with the grassroots. I have done volunteer group mobilization for all these years. So I bring grassroots mobilization to the table, and at the same time, I bring strategy to the table as well because of my background in my professional background. So my aim is to link the hierarchy with the grassroots, and that is simple. That we have to do to bring us back to power.
The defeat of the 2024 elections for your party, in spite of all that you touted that you had done, and the fact that the people rejected you at the polls, is still fresh in the minds of some electors. If you monitor social media and all of that, it's quite telling. How do you intend to change the narrative so that you attract some more people into your fold, especially the floating voters?
So you see, getting into 2024, a lot happened. And there were a lot of external factors that contributed to the hardship in Ghana. We said a lot to Ghanaians. But once somebody is hungry, it's difficult to convince the person. And unfortunately, our opponents grabbed on that, capitalized on it, and said all manner of lies to get into power. And now it's catching up with them. Now, you saw the video of Domahene when the president went to see him. Domahene was a fierce critic of Nanado. Look at what he said, praising Nanado, because he has now seen the light. All the things that were being said, he's seen that it's lies. The person that he criticized, at least he came to build a market and he started a hospital. There is a fresh market that is there. Why is you that have been voted into that you said you were coming to help? Why are you going to build another market instead of continuing with the hospital? So Ghanaians are beginning to see, and I said it from day one, and it happened with President Akufo. Posterity will be kind to Akufo. Regardless of all the things all the negativity that we're saying.
The National Cathedral is a negativity?
No, I haven't mentioned National Cathedral.
But I'm saying that's one of his...
No. For me, it's not. But we can have that discussion on a different day. I mean, even the NDC themselves came to exonerate, those that were involved in the project. So for me, it's not. But that's a discussion for a different day. What I'm saying that there are a lot of things that happen, all the hardship, and Ghanaians will begin to see that, yes.
But Dr. Bawumia came to apologize. No. That you did things that you weren't supposed to do. You did wrong.
You see, what we did wrong was carrying the people along.
But he came to apologize.
Yes, because we didn't carry the people along.
He did some things wrong.
because we did not carry the people along. There were hard decisions that needed to be made. Now, if you remember 2020, there were hard decisions when COVID came that the president had to make. However, he took the people along. If you remember, every 2 weeks, he was on TV explaining, this is the reason why we have to do this. That's the reason why we have to do that. And we missed that when we got to the 2021, 2022, when the world became hard, when we had to take hard decisions, hard measures. We did not take the people along. So there were certain things that we did that ought to have been done. And that is also, favoring the current government. But we had to do it, but we did not take the Ghanaian people along. And that was our downfall.
So now you want to change that?
Yes, we have to take the Ghanaian along in every decision.
You're re-registering or calling for new members to join you, registering on. How's it going?
Oh, it's going very well.
Are you sure?
There are issues here and there, but in general, it's going
Are
very
you
well.
getting the people?
Yes, over the weekend, I was in Ashanti region, went to some of the polling stations that we are doing the registration, and there were people there registering. People come and go and then they register and they go. So it's ongoing. That is
As a national organizer, you're supposed to unify the people.
Yes.
When them talks about unity and all of that, how's it going as well? Is it working?
No, I'm not the national organizer now.
No, I'm saying that it will come eventually
I have
fall
to
on.
unify them now.
No, I'm saying it will eventually fall on your lap.
Oh,
If you win, it will fall on your lap.
Yes.
And now going into that big election, so I'm asking you. I mean, I'm sure you have your eyes on the ball.
Oh yes.
How's it going?
I mean, you see, after the 31st, you've seen that things have died down, right? That's one of the reasons why we had to do the election or the primaries early on. It was very heated. If you remember,
The top-down approach is better.
Oh yeah, I mean, now we are back to the usual approach. It was just the presidential primaries that we did up front.
You just wanted to elect Dr. Bawumia?
No.
Okay.
We just wanted to get it out of the way. Not per se elect Bawumia. It is the people that decide who they elect. But we have to give them the opportunity to elect early on, so that whatever things that we have to amend, we have the time to go through that. And you saw that when we were getting close to the election, it was very, very heated. It got to a point that even people were expecting the worst to happen on that day. But going being so good and we being disciplined, we are able to sail through, and now we are back to the fold. Right now, we are uniting the party going forward. Now, all the people that were supporting other candidates, they are now back into the fold, and we have to keep them in the fold. We have to give them the space to be part of the party, because at the end of the day, it's only unity that will bring us back to power. So we are working on it, and with me as national organizer, I will even enforce it and intensify it in terms of the party unity.
Where's Dr. Bawumia? Is he giving us another lecture soon?
I thought you were asking where he was, and then you said, is he giving us another lecture? He will give us lectures,
There will be lectures very soon.
Oh, definitely he will talk. I don't know in what form or shape, but definitely he will not be quiet all along. I mean, the man, did a very rigorous, election. Let the man rest for now.
Okay.
And when he comes, he'll put
but where
his
is he?
commands
Is he in
across.
town? Or is he...
I'm not sure whether he's back. He traveled.
Oh, but you organizer, pa.
Wait. I'm saying I'm not sure where he is at the moment.
Okay.
But he traveled for, just to go and rest.
Right.
And he should be back anytime soon.
So we should expect a lecture coming soon.
I can't tell you that.
Okay.
I'm saying we should expect something from him soon.
Okay.
In whatever form or shape it will take.
But you are confident you will win?
I'm confident we will win.
Are you sure?
Very confident. I'm confident we win that because of two things. It's because of the fact that Ghanaians are beginning to realize that our opponents lie to them.
Is it not early days yet? 1 year,
Again,
3 months?
They are beginning. That's why I said beginning.
Okay.
So there's more to come. They are beginning to realize that our opponents lie to them to come to power. And from day one, I said it, put it on social media everywhere, that you can lie your way to power, but you cannot govern with lies. And it's catching up to them.
I see.
We can all see cocoa, the gold, everything is catching up to them. BBR, everything. Now we are moving ahead. Now, secondly, why I think we are going to win is that we are going to put proper machinery in place, proper strategy in place.
Like what?
Oh, why should I come and review my strategy here?
Boss, let me come to you. You are in court.
Yes, Ghanaians are in court.
Yeah, we were sitting down quietly, and I saw the rate. I said, now power is power. What are you doing in court? Tell me.
It's simple. I'm sure you are well aware that government has officially changed the name of the airport from Kutuka International Airport to Accra International Airport.
Right.
We said designation was done by an executive order. And the Minister of Transport explained that don't forget that initially the majority leader, Mama Yarga, said they were going to present a bill before Parliament,
right,
to effect the name change. But suddenly there was a U-turn, and our government says they will now change the name by an executive order.
Right.
So the question is that there was a name change rightly done.
Okay.
That is what I'm challenging, because as the minister explained, many of our airports had been named based on executive orders.
That's right.
But this renaming of Accra International Airport to Kotoka International Airport was not done by an executive order or an executive instrument. It was done by the General Kotoka Decree.
Right. NRCD.
So 1969, NRCD 339. So it elevates the conversation from an executive order to now a law. And you know that when you look at Article 11 of the 1992 Constitution, it lists all the laws of this country in order of hierarchy. And it tells you that any other decree made by any government that had been in existence before the 1992 Constitution is an existing law. So therefore, until the Kotoka Decree, NLCD 39, is amended or repealed or struck out by the Supreme Court, it remains a law in this country, binding the executive. So therefore, if the government wants to indeed change the name of Kotoka International to the original name Accra International Airport, they must go to Parliament.
That's right.
To amend the provision. Particularly when you look at paragraph 81A of the NLCD 39, it provides clearly that the Accra International Airport shall be now called Kotoka International Airport.
Right.
So it makes provision for the renaming of Accra International Airport to Kotoka International Airport. Therefore, it elevates the entire conversation. So the government decision to change the name by an executive order, to my mind, is against paragraph 8.
I'm reading section 8 of the
Kotoka Decree.
General Kotoka Trust Act 1969 NLCD 339. It says the objects for which the trust is established are 1A, renaming of the Accra International Airport to Kotoka International Airport after the late Lieutenant General Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka without any financial charge being placed on the trust fund. It goes on to mention the Kotoka Barracks and all of that. For those of you who grew up in Bema Camp, you also know the Kotoka Barracks, etc. The Kotoka School as well. The basic school.
So, Johnny, you realize that...
So you are asking for the right thing to be done?
No, so this is the proper thing. Because, you see, as you read, this is a law. And per our Article 11, it is an existing law.
That's right.
So, therefore, you cannot use an executive order to override a law. Because when we are ranking the laws of this country, an executive order cannot supersede that of a law that has been recognized. So the executive order, and the basis of which the Kotoka International Airport was renamed Accra International Airport, I believe was not the proper means or forum to have the name change or to effect the name change. They must go to Parliament, present a bill, either amend that provision that you read, such paragraph 81A of the NLCD 39, or have it struck out.
I see. And when is the court moving?
So we are waiting for the response from the Attorney General. But we think that in the meantime, we need to stop the government from any further future acts so as not to incur cost. Because, you know, they are, apart from the signage...
The signage, letterhead.
They will be doing letterhead, they will be doing other ancillary activities. So we must be able to stop them so as not to incur or to...
Have you filed the injunction yet?
Yeah, so we are in the process. Because that's what we need to do, is a dutiful thing to do.
So you educate me. If you file the injunction now, does it mean that the signage that has been changed would have to then reverse, or would they have to stop?
Yeah, so we are asking any official reference to Kotoka International Airport as Accra International Airport to cease. Because officially it is Kotoka International Airport per the law. So any official reference, in other words, the president or any government official must not refer to it,
including our international partners, all those airlines.
Exactly. So any official reference, and we also stop them from any further future act, including changing letterheads or even taking any other further action, and to stop them to put an injunction so if they've gone ahead to change the
signage. It's been changed actually.
Yes, it's been changed. So if the injunction is granted, so they have to restore the status quo ante. So the Kotoka must be there. Because the status quo
I have to go to status quo ante.
Yes, that is what the injunction.
Is that not going to be chaotic?
No, that is what the
Kwabena Braco Powers, Esquire.
Donnie, that is what the thing is that I could have glossed over it, but I was saying that we must be allied to our duties as espoused in Article 41 of the 1992 Constitution. We all have a duty,
right?
And 41B provides that we must uphold and defend the 1992 Constitution, which said responsibility must be discharged by all manner of persons.
Yeah.
So I'm only being alive to my responsibility. But Johnny, mind you, today we may gloss over this omission. Tomorrow it may be something bigger with consequential impact, which will even lead to fatalities. So we rather have to do this to save ourselves a further, impact in the future. So, which is this is the main reason why I'm in court.
What do you think?
Johnny,
without discussing the merits of the matter.
Yes, I mean, for me, I'm not a lawyer. I'm an aviation engineer and aerospace engineer.
But that's your space now.
Yeah, so I can talk about that side.
Talk about that side.
If the law is not satisfied, by all means, I stand behind you. Go to court and let the right thing be done. But in general, the reasons that are being used to change the name for me are just not good enough.
Why not?
Just weak. One of the reasons I heard is that they want to promote Accra. So they put it there.
Obake, you don't like Obake?
Oh, not about Obake, Accra. So they want the name Accra to be.
But it's been restored. If you look at the law as I read, it says that the renaming of the Accra International Airport, which suggests that was the original name, to Kotoka International Airport after the late Lieutenant General Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka, without any financial charge being placed on the trust fund. That's Section 8.1 of General Kotoka Trust Act 1969, NLCD 339.
So that even, I think, backs your claim that they are even referring to the act of changing that name. So I even backs council's claim. So I wish you all the best in that. But if we are talking about renaming and going back to the original name, Johnny, does it mean that when another government comes to power, we should change KNUST back to UST? Because the original name was not KNUST.
That's right, it's UST.
Is that what we are saying?
University of Science and Technology.
Exactly. The original name was 1952. That started University College, Kumasi University College. That's what it started.
That's Kwame Nkrumah's creation.
Exactly. Then it became a university. Then it was changed to Kwame Nkrumah University. Before it was changed back to University of Science and Technology, and then we changed. So it has gone through several name change. But if you are talking about original name, doesn't mean we should go back to that one. I don't think it will help anybody. For me, it's just a waste of public funds. And there are other reasons that I've heard that Kotoka was a coup leader and all that. But if anybody in this Ghana is going to talk about coup leaders, then we should remove J.J. Rawlings' name from all.
What has been named after him?
Oh, Rawlings Park, is it not named after him? Yeah, it's named after him. So should we remove all
is
those
it
names?
Official? Rawlings Park, is it official?
But it's named after him, you say that.
No,
there are streets. There are also streets named after him.
The one in Accra?
Yes.
I think there's a signage.
There's a signage.
There are also streets named after him. There are roads named after him.
Where?
Oh, Johnny, you
I don't know, but you are the one.
That's
why I'll tell you, alleges must prove.
The fact I'm saying is that we shouldn't go that route. Whatever the case, they're part of our history. So there is no need to go that route. If not, like what he's saying, we start with something small. Then a different government will come. I don't want this person in our history. I don't want that person in our history. Then we are wasting public funds with just the name, changing names to this and that, to this and that, to this and that.
But you see, again, it raises the question. Your government.
Yes.
In fact, Jerry Rawlings built the UDS the universities. Navrongo, Nyankpala, Ntamale, Wa. He didn't put his name on any of them.
Yes, he didn't.
In fact, when the suggestion came that it to be named after him, he said no. But your government has come to rename all of them after people associated with your tradition. Dombo University, this CK Tedam University, this, that university.
Rawlings was not associated with our tradition, and they proposed to name it after him. So it was not about only our tradition.
No, use the microphone for me.
I'm saying Rawlings is not part of our tradition. But the proposal was there to name after him before he rejected it.
And then he said
it
no.
was, yes.
But he built it.
No, what I'm saying is, if he had accepted it, it would have been named after him. So it was not a matter of naming it after people within our tradition. It's about prominent people within that area.
Why couldn't we have left it as University of Development Studies, as it is?
No, my point is, we didn't remove
like the
anybody's
University
name.
of Ghana.
We didn't remove anybody's. So we should change Kwame Nkrumah University to University of Science and Technology. Then we are okay.
No, we can do it. Because President Akufo-Addo wanted to change the University of Ghana to JB Dankwa University.
No, my point is,
he got a one from Legon.
We have to be consistent. We have to be consistent in what we want as a country. We cannot say one thing and do another. And if another do this, then we have to. No, we have to be consistent. If we don't want names attached to any public edifice. Then we should do that cross board. That's it.
What is wrong with Accra International Airport?
No, you are getting me wrong.
No,
the reasons that are being used to remove Kotoka, that's what I'm saying is not good enough.
Okay, that he's a coup maker.
Yes, if it's originally named Accra International Airport, nobody will have a problem with it.
But it was originally named Accra International Airport.
But it was named after him
post the
for
coup,
a specific reason.
And when he died there.
So we are going to remove it because he was a coup leader. Is that it?
Are we? What example are we setting?
No, is that the reason?
Yes, it's one of the reasons.
So anybody who was involved in coup should not be in our history anywhere. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not. I don't think that's.
But we should not name anything after anybody who was.
But that's the entrance to your country, is it not?
But Kotoka International Airport has been marketed across the world.
Yes, but that's the entrance to your country. Do you know what it means?
What does it mean?
That there's a coup maker right at the gate, and we say we are the beacon of democracy in Africa.
He's part of our
Nobody
history.
has said he is not.
He's part of our history.
Nobody has said he's not.
So for me, it is inconsequential.
Really?
Yes.
It is not?
Because it's part of our history. What happens afterwards? And mind you, he didn't just come, when that coup happened, the people supported that coup.
Are you sure?
At that particular moment, the people supported it. Ghana was not all jolly that when that coup happened. If you go back into history, Nkrumah had turned Ghana into one party state.
Because you had attempted so many times to kill him.
So if I have attempted to kill you, so you just will Ghana to yourself?
No, he didn't will. Did he will it to himself?
I'm saying he made it one party state.
But why were you trying to kill him?
Who? Name one person who was trying to kill him. Who have
the
gone
bombs?
through the process?
The bombs?
Yes. Who placed the bombs? Name one person that have stand through the law court.
He suspected your forebears.
Who? Name the person. Name the person. You can accuse anybody. That one I can do. Hey, Menuti, I can say, oh, you've done something. But doesn't mean you've done it until you have been proven in the court of proper jurisdiction. You can't just say somebody tried to kill him and then.
Engineer Prempe, can I ask you a question? If consistently you see people trying to break into your home, trying to jump over your fence, blah blah blah, won't you put barbed wires and electric
That is your personal home.
But
if you are a lecturer at Legon and people are trying to steal your stuff as a lecturer, you don't go and build a wall around the whole of Legon. It's not for you. You get the point. There's a difference.
But the leader of the country did not have to.
So you are telling me
they don't have to.
You are telling me the vice chancellor can build a personal wall around Legon and name it after herself and then say that this is my place. Are you telling me that?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Ghana was not for Nkrumah. It's for all Ghanaians. So he had no right to make it a one-party state, regardless.
But as president, you were trying to kill him.
Who?
The bomb makers.
Who were the bomb makers?
I don't know them.
Exactly.
But he was pointing fingers at members of
You can point fingers at anybody. Like I said, I can point fingers at you. Does it make you guilty?
You have been pointing fingers at me since morning. All morning.
So let's put the discussion into proper context. If you want one thing to be done, let's do it across board. If you want other to be done, let's do that properly.
But it looks like the traditional authorities in the Greater Accra region are happy with the name change.
That's what I'm saying. So does it mean you have to go and change KNUST?
No, but if we can...
We're in Ghana here. We're in Ghana here. We named the stadium and they removed the name. Is that what we should be doing? Oyinijan was one of our prominent figures in our sports.
But Accra Sports Stadium is okay.
That's what I'm saying. So then the University of Science and Technology is also okay. It's simple that. Then I think when my party comes, I will just also raise it. Let's change it to
like you've been doing to the Jubilee House and Flagstaff House.
Jubilee House, someone builds an edifice, put Jubilee House, and you change the name because there was officially or originally there was another emphasis there that was called Flagstaff House.
No, because that is the ground called Flagstaff House.
So it was not the ground. It was the residence. It was the building.
Yeah, but that is the land. That is the space of land. That's the space.
But someone has built
that's the space.
But now you see that now it's still there. Jubilee House. They left it.
No, because the John Mahama doesn't like to pull and push.
But he came to change it. Why did he change it in the first place? These are the things that we are talking about. Why did he change it in the first place?
It was changed before he became president.
No, he wasn't. He moved in when he became president.
So he came to change it to Flagstaff House. But originally, that's Flagstaff House. You know that.
So that edifice there is Flagstaff House?
No, originally, that space is Flagstaff House.
I demolished the Accra Sports Stadium. I built a new stadium. I name it,
Prempeh International Stadium.
I name it Black Star International Stadium. Then you come and say you don't like the Black Star Stadium. It was originally Accra Sports Stadium.
Anyway.
They rename it.
Oh, yes. Be
consistent. That's my point.
Is it the issue about the name change? I think it's something that we've not been able to reach a consensus. And for me, I see maybe any new MPP administration also effecting change, also trying to say that we want to change the name of the Kotoka International Airport. I think it's about time in this country we take decisions based on consensus, not by political muscle. Because today it may be fanciful for a certain government to effect the changes, but tomorrow another party will also come in and say we also do that. Because we've not exhausted the conversation, and that is for me my fear as a citizen, because every time there's a name change, when the SWAL administration changed the school, the universities you were talking about,
that's right.
Quickly this government had to change everything, reverse everything. What are they communicating? And even when they were reversing it, some minority members were opposed to same. So it means that we have not reached consensus, and that is the issue I feel we are lacking as a country.
But I think that the naming of facilities and, if you like, landmarks in this country have been more positioned in political ideologies than of a nationalistic or patriotic sense.
That is where the problem lies.
So that I know that in this room, Engineer Prempeh, Lawyer Bracco Powers, Johnnie Hughes, we all agree that let's name this microphone after Bracco Powers because he has demonstrated so, regardless of his political affiliation, religion, wherever he comes from, blah, blah, blah. And we all agree and we say, yeah. But where we have a state where Bracco Powers says, okay, let's name it after a lawyer because I'm a lawyer. Then Prempeh says, no. Let's find an MPP engineer and name it after him because I'm an engineer and MPP. Then I said, no, I'm a broadcaster. Let's name it after a broadcast giant. That's where the problem is.
Johnnie?
A central thing that will hold all of us together. And we have too many examples of things that we have named that didn't bring us some of these problems. So why now?
No, so we must diversify the authority, the naming authority. Let's take it away from the government and give it to an independent institution.
Right.
So that the independent institution will only do that based on bipartisan consultation and also consulting the larger Ghanaian populace. That, if we're able to do that, it means that we'll have the buy-in. But currently, as you were articulated, we'll be doing this lungu and they will say kwani, back and forth, and we'll not have any consensus. Particularly, there's another issue. The issue about this country is one thing that, in fact, that divides opinion in this country.
Which is?
The role of Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
The role of J.B. Dankwa. We've not been, in fact, everybody has their own version of the story.
But the historians have not helped us too. And those who lived through the days, they have also not helped us.
That is the thing.
There are people who are 90 plus. I mean, you meet person A, 90 plus, he will tell you a different story. You meet another 90 plus, he will tell you. So you are like, I didn't live through those periods. And I've read this history book. But you were there. You lived through that period. So why can't you tell me what the story is?
Well, you see, when you take history books, it is scanty. Do you know why it's scanty? Because the government of the day will not want to project
of somebody.
Project a conversation that will favor
the government of the day is managing NACA.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You get it? Exactly. So whatever finds expression in the curriculum, they will make sure that it reflects or favors them, and that is a conversation. In fact, and you know we have there's this adage that he that forgets or knows not his history doesn't know anything at all.
Right.
Or if you forget about history, then you've forgotten about yourself. Johnny, it's one thing we need to sit down. And you see, funny enough, the reason why some of our professors, history professors, will not want to dabble in this conversation is because of the partisan nature. Because the conversation too partisan.
You know, recently, Professor Nimue Thompson of the NDPC, he came to say that look, the Lawyer Noche is spewing.
I'm telling you, that's his own version.
Because Lawyer Noche has been going around saying yes, and Professor Nimue Thompson said no, that's not the history. Yeah. You know, we have not gotten to that point where we say like this is our story. Regardless of whose axe is God or us is God, this is our story. We have not gotten to that point.
We haven't.
I don't know why. We have all the intellectuals.
Yes, we need to. And you see, sometimes that's why I think my tradition feels compelled to try and correct some wrongs. Because the history of Ghana through the books has been controlled by the other side for far too long before we came into the picture. And it was skewed totally, in favor of some people, prominent people within, our history, and left others behind. That's why sometimes we feel compelled to be able to rectify some of these issues. But we are right. We have to find a bipartisan, solution to this. Because if not, we'll be going back and forth for this, to kingdom come. With that said, the J.J. Rollins Avenue is the stretch between Tetekwashi going to Medina. That's the official.
J.J. Rollins, that's
Avenue.
true.
Yes.
But
so you want that change to it?
No, I'm not saying I want that change. I'm saying if we are using that argument, then that must change.
You know me, I'm a typical Accra boy. Okay. I traveled to Tamale. I traveled around the country. I go to the Ashanti region, I go to Bono, I go to all those places. I come to Accra and I see something strange. For example, if you go to Kumasi, you see maybe your Sebunsu Street, you see
the local names.
It's there. Yes. You go to the other places, you see the names. You come to Accra, you see Watre. You know Watre? Watre is watermelon.
And they have
Akpakpa Street. And I ask, are there no prominent people in Greater Accra like we have in the other places? Because when I travel to the other places, I see it's like so then I ask my friends, so this man said, then he was this, especially around the Ridge area in the Ashanti region. You see it, and it still has the old signage, and it's so beautiful. Then you get to Accra, and they say Akpakpa Street. I said, what do you mean?
Maybe there's a street at Latavio Koshe. They call it Chacha.
Chacha
Street.
Chacha Street.
Chacha
Street. Just because they said that in the past the youth there were hardcore Chacha players. Can you imagine?
But that's not fair. I mean, around that Latavio Koshe place, you can mention the Dr. Browns, you can mention there's Banner Hospital, the Dr. Banners, you can mention so many names, that Lotes, plenty people who live there, many people who live there, prominent people. Yes. There are those. So
it's one thing our assemblies must work on. Because those street naming, I think it's undertaken by the assemblies.
That's right.
In consultation with sometimes the local government minister. Right. So they must take those matters seriously. Because like you said, if you cannot name a street, or you cannot give a particular street or name it after a prominent individual or something historic.
It should have value. There should be a historic value to us.
Look, Wolome, for example, there's no street after Wolome. Daddy Lumba, Daddy Lumba we're talking about. Nane Champon, Koju Entry, E.T. Mensah.
You know what they do elsewhere? Elsewhere they will have a neighborhood, and maybe they will call it maybe sports neighborhood. Yeah. And then they will name all the streets within that neighborhood after prominent sports.
That's right. That's right.
And then they will have music in the neighborhood.
Yes.
And then everybody to make sure that
in the US, for example, they do that.
At least you remember the younger generation will
know something like that. So maybe we should. So we should also
Johnny,
that route.
Personally, I'm an Nkrumahist, but I think the story is always one-sided. And I have said it time with that number that we need not over-project Kwame Nkrumah to make him
the best in the
superior to anybody.
Right.
There are other people who also played an important role. JB Dankwa has been described as the doyen of Ghana's politics. His role and the things he did cannot be downplayed. We must broaden the conversation. Both MPP and NDC, they must accept that these gentlemen did something for us. We may not have agreed on certain things, but we are one people. Let's not distort and push one-sided arguments. And I understand Pepe. When Nana Akufo-Addo came, it was forceful in pushing the agenda.
The JB Dankwa,
exactly. And I understand him because the story has been too one-sided.
Yeah.
Did he succeed? No.
He didn't because there's a new regime that is trying to reverse everything that he succeeded in doing. Don't forget that he brought the Constitutional Day. And he also brought the Founders Day, which was celebrated on August 4th.
That's right.
This government says, let's scrap all.
But you see, when you situate those things, for example, on a day a political party that belongs to a certain ideology was formed, then you'd miss the plot.
But that political party that was formed on that day, that is actually the mother of all political parties.
Nobody.
But see, Nkrumah was part of it.
But you see, it's a tradition.
Johnny.
So that it wouldn't have been. I don't think it would have been a problem for the NDC if you had chosen maybe another day, not in August. But then you said, okay, this is our. Then we know that okay, it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us. But when you situate it on the day the political party was founded,
the opponent will fight back.
They will fight back.
I understand the point
it's
perfectly.
We are all seeking by a partisan approach to address this issue. And Johnny, I agree with you because the other side may not feel comfortable because you've chosen August 4th, which was the day the UGCC was formed. You may feel that UGC was the mother of all political
parties.
No, but you see, the argument is that
all the ideologies came from there, and then they split and this goes.
We agree.
So the fact that the majority of those in that party became the MPP tradition, it doesn't mean that it has no contribute. It didn't contribute to the other parties as well. It did. And we must acknowledge that. You see, the fact that something say, okay, it was my mother party that was founded on that particular day, it doesn't mean it didn't contribute to the other parties. So you see, we must put things in the right context.
We'll make progress.
You see, if we move it away from that day. So, for example, 7th January.
Yes.
Is the day when we swear in our president.
Yes.
In years when we are not swearing in anybody, and you tell me that we are celebrating a certain day on that day, I am comfortable.
Exactly.
And everybody else
is comfortable.
It's a neutral day.
Yes.
If we had done this with the Founders Day on a separate day apart from August 4, I tell you, would have won everybody.
Exactly.
But when you start off in 2017, pushing a certain JB Dankwa narrative, and then you come down the line to say, oh, I'm instituting this, and you didn't ground it in law, I will not agree.
Exactly.
And that's the whole basis.
That's a problem.
They did not agree because of that.
So we should agree on a date that has no significance.
Let's do it. No, we are divided. Currently,
we are divided
when it comes to history.
We
must now let's find a meeting point, a neutral meeting point, to agree and disagree.
Okay.
But if we want to push forth the certain historical date, then we'll be pushed back from the other group. Pepe, you get it? That is for me. That is my discomfort.
I get what.
For me, that's my discomfort.
Convincing you to agree to something.
No, but you see, I pray that he becomes the organizer of NPP.
So that he will change something.
But the thing is that I want political party functionaries who will not be one-sided, who may not, who will not feel that because my tradition says this, I must abide by this all the time. But you must be nationalistic. At a point, you must concede that let's do this in the interest of the nation. That is what I always look out for in the NDC and MPP. So Prempe is somebody from the conversation we've had so far, is somebody who is amenable to alternative opinions, and I think the other people should emulate him.
Prempe, you have a closing thought here.
I mean,
Before that though, they've asked that some are suggesting that the current leadership of the MPP be made to go, so that you get new faces. What do you say to that, from chairman to general secretary?
I won't go into that.
No,
I won't be put into that.
You won't.
I think we need a restructuring, right? And I think the
restructuring constitutes what? Getting all the old people out so the new people can come in.
The restructuring constitutes putting the right people at the right places, whether new or old. And it's for the party people to decide.
But they are saying that, look, we handed over a party to you with victory.
Yes.
And then Ukojo moves away chairman. Abokabubro.
So you see, I don't think we should brush everyone under the same comb. Right? Some of the people within the current setup have done extremely well.
Like Justin Kodia from
the party, yeah, you can use that example. And the party people know those that have carried the party since we lost till now. So the party people will go on the ground and then decide.
Can you work with Chairman Wuntumi as chairman?
Like I said,
National
the party will decide who become the.
No, I'm asking you if you work with him as national
if
chairman?
my party goes to the polls and the majority of the MPP people feels that Chairman Wuntumi should be the chairman, why should I work with him? Why should I not work with him?
Not Boache Jaku.
If they feel Boache Jaku is also the chairman, why should I work with him?
So you can work with anybody?
I can work with anybody. You see, where we've reached as a party, it's not about the individualism. It's about the people that can do the job.
Okay.
It's not about who is who. It's about what they bring to the table, the job that they can do. And if the party people feel that this is the right person for us at this particular moment, yes, I'll work with that person. I'll make sure we get the victory.
I hear you. Thank you. Rako Powers.
Welcome.
What do you say in closing?
Personally, I feel we need to have a new way of thinking, a fresh thinking. Yes, as a citizen, as a people of this country, because the division in our politics is too sharp, and sometimes it blinds you. You know what you are saying is wrong, but you want to say it. Then
for expedience
and for the optics. Then when you leave the faces of the camera, then you admit that what you said ordinarily you will not have said them. I think we need to get to a point where we think more about the country and the interests of Ghanaians and think less about the politics. I don't know when we'll reach that level. We have maybe over 200,000 miles away, but people like Prempe can lead the conversation.
But no, let me bring it in there. It is not per se taking the politics away. It's about doing the right politics. Because the politics you can't take away.
No,
as long as we sit together
so let's
to discuss how we are going to govern our politics.
No, Prempe, so less
partisanship.
Less partisanship.
Let's stop all the lies. Let's say the truth. Let's not say something when we are in opposition.
I'm in full support.
The different thing when we are in power.
I'm in full support.
We hear you.
Thank you.
Engineer Prempe, who wants to be the national organizer of the NPP. He was here on the ticket of the NPP as a communicator. Also, Governor Rako Powers is a legal practitioner and he's in court. He says we should hasten slowly for now and then change the name of Kotoka International Airport. We should change it back if we have not properly amended the law or we have not repealed the law. We'll see how things go. Let's do some birthdays now, shall we?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to
you. And our very first birthday goes to Mawuena Duncan Botry. Mawuena Duncan Botry, you are a precious gift that brings joy to all who come in association with you. May God's favor and protection surround you always. This is from your family, Mawuena Duncan Botry. It's your birthday today. If it's your birthday as well, happy birthday to you. Love and respect to you. Hajia Noura is here. Hajia, how are you doing? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How do you do, Johnnie?
How do you do? How did it go?
Oh, very well.
The Eid celebrations.
Very enjoyable. I mean, the weekend was long, so
fantastic.
We got to rest and enjoy ourselves. So.
We all for Tubaso. I'll see you tomorrow, I say.
Please say, we'll see you tomorrow.